Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome everybody to Footy Judgment. Welcome to a new show, Rivals Rumble, a new show here, of course, after the Man United game. And Ahmed, of course, have the Diallo picture behind him. After Arsenal technically or practically lost the league yesterday, after Spurs lost to Manchester City, and after Chelsea technically guaranteed going to Europe next season, unless to Europa League, unless Man United actually win against Man City in the final, which is maybe some people say. Listen, big up everybody that joined from the Football Terrace community. Make sure if you're new here to subscribe, hit that like button. Let's get to 200, 300 likes. This is going to be a brilliant show. I'm here with a fantastic, great panel. We'll talk all things about Man United today, Chelsea, the games, of course, and the yesterday game between Spurs and Man City, and what does that mean for Arsenal and everything. This is a brand new show. Hopefully, it will be every Wednesday evening or every Tuesday. We haven't decided yet, but it will be mostly the same panel here every Tuesday or Wednesday. So make sure to subscribe. It's going to be a brilliant show. Of course, I'm here with Will, of course, representing Spurs, Diallo with Arsenal, of course, Ahmed with Chelsea down there, and another Ahmed with Man United. We need to differentiate between you two. We need to absolutely differentiate. Big up everybody that is here. Make sure to like the video, guys. Make sure to hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you are new, of course, guys. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling?
Amazing, man. Absolutely amazing.
Why are you amazing? What happened?
Because listen, they doubted me about Diallo. They doubted me, bro. I was on here giving so much Diallo props. He's out there bossing games. You see that performance from Diallo today? A real footballer. Him and Kobe. See, people were trying to chat shit about Kobe, man. I told people about Kobe Mainoo, mate. He didn't even celebrate for the goal. He was like, it's easy. He does this for breakfast, man. Calm. I'm telling you, man, Diallo today. Oh my days. You know what's mad to me, yeah? The guy plays Anthony throughout the whole season, and he had this demon on the bench throughout the whole time.
Demon.
Yeah, he's a demon, bro. I'm telling you,
Here it comes.
He's a baller, bro. I'm telling you. Nah, this manager needs to have some shame, man. Guy had Anthony playing for so many games. You know, it doesn't really affect it, and you got Diallo playing. But like I said, I'll be honest, yeah, Newcastle, I swear, like, listen, bro, they could have won that game, innit? They were really close. Like, they scored a big goal towards the end. But yeah, man, we played a bit better, I guess. Like, you know, Casemiro and Amrabat. Listen, Amrabat today, yeah, Sofian Amrabat. That guy, he was actually quite good today. You know, every time I watch him play, yeah, like, especially when he's played in his natural position in the CDM, he actually does well. He did well against Arsenal, and he did well against today. He put in like a proper good block. Man said, demon. Listen, he is, bro. He is. But what can I say, man? Nah, I have to say it, bro, because like they were saying like, oh, he's not that good of a player. He's not that. For me, Casemiro as well. He put in some crucial blocks today. Crucial blocks. Like, he wasn't as bad as the Palace game. But today we played a bit better.
So you want next season to rely on Ahmad as your starting right winger then? Let's start with Man United then. Since let's leave the Arsenal and the Spurs and the Man City to the end. Let's start with today's games, guys. Make sure to hit that like button, people. So you want to go next season with Garnacho, your left winger, and Amad Diallo, right winger? Is that
Garnacho? No, not Garnacho. I want Ahmad starting as a right winger.
As a right winger, starting for Man United, week in, week out. Amad Diallo is the guy.
Amad Diallo is the guy, yeah, but obviously you have to rotate. I'm not saying don't get another right winger, but, you know, let's say if we do get like an Elise, yeah, Elise and Amad Diallo rotation.
Elise.
You know, quality. It's adding. Why is he laughing?
So you think Olise will come to Manchester United to be rotated with Amad Diallo? You think Olise's agent is going to sit down, talk to Manchester United and say, 100%. All right, we want to bring Olise to you guys. You know, do you guys want him? And Man U says, yes, we want him. And then your coach says, but I'll rotate him with Amad Diallo, and Olise will sign that contract.
You think Olise is going to compete? You think Olise is going to compete with Amad Diallo?
You think Olise is going to come in and
he's clear of it, man. He's clear of Diallo, bro.
Listen, respect Diallo, man. Listen, he gets into Chelsea.
No, good talent. We aren't denying that.
Hold on. Respect what Diallo.
Crazy.
How many games has he played, though? How many games has he played? What are you talking about? We agreed there's talent there. Listen, we agreed there's talent there. There's talent there. You can tell. Nobody's saying he's not talented. Please, please, you have not seen him play 10 games back to back and to see how he performed. Hold on, and to see how he performed in those 10 games. For you to sit there and look at Olise, right? Or look at any other right winger in the Premiership who has played consistent games and had performed at a certain level consistently highly, and then you turn around and take this small size that you have of what you've seen him play. Say he's clear of this person. Man, dude, that is
wait.
That
You
is
can't be hyping up Diallo after
after how many games?
Against Lewis Hall. He's playing against Lewis Hall, someone that is also not playing. That's from Chelsea, bro. That I know about. Like, we're not doing this, man.
Can we just clarify something? I'm sorry. Can we clarify something? Amad Diallo today and the last game showed us what he's made of, right? Like, he showed us he has very, very good talent. Very, very good talent. Same as Kobe Mainoo, right? Our problem is that you're saying that Michael Olise should come in and battle for that spot. But that's not happening. If Olise signs for Man United, and I don't think he will, he starts right away. Amad Diallo is going to be the understudy, plays when Michael Olise is injured.
Yeah,
that's the point, Ahmed. To be honest, you don't like. We get Kobe Mainoo. Do you think? I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think Amad Diallo's level of talent is the same as Kobe Mainoo's level of talent? Of course, respectively in every position, in both positions.
I think Diallo's talent in that position, in comparison to Kobe's talent, is similar. Yeah, I do think it's similar.
So you think? So the fact that Kobe Mainoo, people are talking about he should go, his level should be like a Real Madrid or a Man City or as an understudy. You think Amad Diallo is that level?
100%. The problem with Diallo, is that he hasn't gotten the opportunity under this manager. He's only had 2 starts under Manchester United. One was against Arsenal, was our best player against Arsenal, and today was our best player today. He's only had cameos, came across Liverpool, scored the winner. Every single cameo I have seen him play, he's been outstanding. So he needs a bigger sample size. Yes, of course, when I say Olise, I'm not saying Olise is going to come in and he's going to be bench. Bro, you can rotate, like, as in Olise can start, Amad can come on. Amad can even play in the false 9. He doesn't even have to play as a right winger. He can play in the false 9, drop deep, pick up the ball because he's that talent, because he's that good. So, like, he can play in.
So what's happening to Højlund if that happens? Then are we just saying,
Yeah, but in order to compete, you need quality all around. You can't just have like a good 11. I'm just saying, there's no harm in bringing, because as much as I like Højlund, I still think we need another striker. We can't just rely on Højlund because like.
Ahmed, you would need to give Diallo 1 full season before we can start talking about what he's made of. We're not talking about his talent. Listen, his talent is undeniable. There's a big difference between saying, here's a talented guy, undeniable talent. We know that the talent is there. He's technical on the ball. He's gifted to dribbling. He knows how to hold play. All that we can see in the small sample size. We are talking about 38 games. We're talking about FA Cup games in between. We're talking about Carabao Cup games in between. We're talking about Champions League or Europa in between. 4 or 5 games, 2, 3, 4 games a week. We're talking about him consistently doing that over 1 season and performing at that same level. Then I can beat my chest and say, you know what, hey, this kid is not standing. So to sit here and just take his talent, same thing with Mainoo, and use that to overshadow players who have done what I just told you. Olise, like the Olises have played in the FA Cup Premier Carabao, played for Crystal Palace week in, week out, gotten injured, come back. When they were injured, their teams went down. If Diallo gets injured right now, you're not playing at any different level than you are. You are playing at no different level as Man U with Diallo and Mainoo in the team or not. You're not playing super football because Diallo is in the team. But if Olise gets injured in Crystal Palace, I guarantee you Crystal Palace drops down a notch. That's to show you how important being able to be consistent is. So all I'm saying is give the man time. Let's get a larger sample size. Stop hyping him up this way because we all know. Listen, because we can hype up his talent, but don't hype him up in comparison to other players because we all know one injury and he's out. Before you know it, you have messed up your own player in the eyes of everybody.
Injuries
that's all it is.
I'm talking about the quality. Of course, he needs a bigger sample size here, but that's not his fault. He's not getting the sample size. We loaned this guy out at Sunderland, yeah? You can say, Championship. He was the best player for Sunderland. He proved it in a physical league, in the Championship. Now, he's not played that much, even though he's been available. We all know that this manager that we have right now, he don't like good footballers in it, or else he'd be playing him. Sancho went to Dortmund. Ahmad's not being played. The only reason why he's starting Ahmad is because Anthony's not good. So he's kind of been forced to play him. But what I'm telling you is, how can you say, oh, we don't know? He has the ability. He just needs the right manager who's actually going to play him. The only reason why he doesn't get played is not because he's not good enough and I'm hyping him up. It's just because the manager's got favourites with Anthony. He's got favourites. We spent 100 million on him, and it kind of looks stupid on him. Oh, I spent 100 mil on Anthony, and I've got a player who I don't play, and is actually 10 times better than him.
I think as a fan, we analyze these things from the outside on a very shallow level. Because let me be honest with you, for a player not to make the first team, yeah, sometimes you can put it on the coach. In fact, most times it's the manager not maybe picking the right team or whatever it is. But it's also how you perform in training the day before. If you are in training the day before, regardless of how talented you are, if you're not pulling your weight, you're not making the first 11. We sit here and we make it sound like, oh, it's just because of favoritism. Some of these players, right? The last day of training before a game, they look amazing in training. They've set up the plan. They've looked at the other team. They've told you what to do. You've executed it on the training pitch. You're ready for the game the next day. But then you get on the pitch and you're just not able to do it. That's the difference. So don't just sit here and write a narrative about your coach that, oh, it's because he has favorites. That he has favorites. Because because there's methods to how teams are run. Teams are not just picked. The doctors will tell you in training, this guy got a slight knock. Maybe that's why we shouldn't play him tomorrow. He needs 2 days to rest. His ankle got nibbled upon. They just grazed it. But because it's a cut, it can get infected. We don't want him on the pitch. You don't want sweat touching him. No, I'm just saying, if something happens, even in the warm-up before the game, on the pitch, when players are warming up, we've seen players on the list warming up, twisting their ankle and being taken out. So let's not come here and just write narratives. And
I don't know why you're talking about the injuries, Diallo. To be honest.
I'm just giving examples.
I actually have no idea why we're talking about injuries.
I'm not talking about injuries. We're talking about why players sometimes don't make the team list, or why they don't play well. Or why a manager does not play them is what I'm saying. If you don't play well in training, they might not you might not be able to make first 11. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's not true all the time. Some managers actually need their signings to work. Some managers force players in to have signings work because he identified somebody and he needs that guy to work. It's as simple as that. Of course.
I agree with that as well. I said, but also you also have to look at all the other factors to nail it on that one factor and say this is the only reason why he's been played is disingenuous. It could be for many
reasons. The only reason Anthony played because of his signing.
But that's what you want to say.
But when there's a guy in front of you that is 100 million euros that the football club has spent on, you have to somehow make him work. You know what I mean? That's what it is, bro.
100%. There's no shadow of a doubt.
We can. I can understand your point, Diallo, in that there's maybe also other factors like maybe training, everything like that. But the main thing is really the 100 million euros on Anthony. That's why
he's an asset to the club, Diallo.
Exactly.
He's an asset to the club.
And he's depreciating. He's currently depreciating too. Let's not forget. He's depreciating. Yeah.
When he said that, I said I agree with you. I said, but there are other factors as well. I said I agree with you on the yes, that could be a reason, but there are other factors. I said don't just pin it on one reason. That's all I'm saying. So if you missed the part where I said I agree, then that's on you.
You did it with Kai Havertz, as people say in the chat. When he played in the midfield, it didn't work out until it worked as a strike. It was forced. But more, I already agreed with that part of it. I said, but there are other factors as well. I said, my point is you cannot just now nail it on that one thing alone and paint your manager and say, this is the reason why he's not playing Ahmad. That is one of the main reasons. You have to make your assets that you spent money on work. But there may be other reasons. If Ahmad is not performing in training, right? Like if he's not showing those levels in training, that's another reason to play your Anthony because he's 100 million. But if Ahmad is popping off in training consistently, you are forced eventually. Like you're like, all right, I'm forced to now, put this kid in. That's all I'm saying. There's many reasons why it could happen. Yeah. Can I ask something? Is it better for Man United to get Europe next season or not get Europe?
No Europe. I don't want Conference League. Forget You think I want Conference League? No. 1 game a week, I'm happy with that. 100%. I think Europe, man. I don't want Europe, man. I actually don't want Europe. I've already
You don't want Europa League as well?
I don't want Europe.
Why you don't want Europa League?
It's just a meaningless, just an extra fixture for no reason. I've already won Europa League. Like we don't need Europa League. Like if it's Champions League, it's a different story. But Europa League, what am I gonna benefit from Europa League? Like Thursday nights? Do you think I want to spend my nights at 5:45 in Uzbekistan or in whatever country? Like it's just a waste of time. I don't want to be doing that. Like
it benefits your players though. The fact that it benefits your players. It benefits.
This is crazy, huh? You know what it is. You guys know what it is, huh? This is entitlement.
Seriously.
Anybody, this is an open floor. Will can talk. Anybody can talk.
Let me speak to him.
Go on.
reason for saying you don't want Europa League? Give me a reason behind it.
Because bro, we don't. I don't
tell me about. Let me.
Of us, yeah. No, you ask me a question. I'll answer.
Go.
Ask me, why do I not want Europa League? First of all, I've already won the Europa League, yeah. And secondly, yeah, it's an extra fixture. Yeah, I would rather have just the Premier League to focus on, yeah, and actually focus on that than Europa League. What am I going to achieve from the Europa League?
I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear you answer again because it sounds as stupid the second time.
I still got FA Cup.
It sounds worse.
I still got FA Cup. I still got Carabao Cup to win. Another Europa League ain't going to do anything for me.
So what's a bigger trophy, Europa League or Carabao Cup?
The thing is,
answer Will's question.
Hold on.
Will, that's a good question.
Will goes, I need before Chess goes, I need to ask Ahmed a following question to what Chess said.
Go on.
Do you think Arsenal, if they are choosing no Europa League or Europa League, should choose to play in Europa League?
Yeah, because they haven't won it.
Arsenal should choose Europa League because they don't have European trophies.
Okay. Do you think Chelsea, if they are given a choice to play Europa League or not, should be choosing Europa League?
Chelsea, I don't see the point of them playing. They're European, just patterned up. They don't need Europa League.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Mo, let me just.
I am just to be honest with you. I wanted to clarify. I just clarify why Ahmed doesn't want. Is it? Does he think for himself, or he thinks that because he's big Man United, or he thinks like this for all the other big clubs?
Listen,
this is what I wanted.
Listen. I mean, the thing is, I understand where you come from in terms of the playing one game a week. You need a rebuild. You need a manager. I know, obviously, we all smart guys. We can understand. But the problem is, the way you're dismissing it is my concern because you're a big club by what you've done before.
Yeah, 100%.
That's not enough in terms of like the general aspect of life. So the reason I'm trying to say is like you can't rest on your laurels. You're not in a position as a big club, one of the biggest clubs in England and the world, to be saying to us as the biggest club, you know what? I don't really care about that trophy.
But I play for Chelsea as well, not just my club.
I know. You keep it consistent, and I'm also a big club, so you are consistent in that narrative. But my thing is like, as another big club who's got European heritage, the best on this panel, apart from you, I'm not going to dismiss Europa League or the Conference League because I've won it before, twice when I've been in it. Because at the end of the day, I'm a big club. I need to keep winning. I need to grow my club, grow my trophies, give my players that experience, get more money, etc. It was a bigger picture. You're looking at the short term. You're looking at the short term, long term. You look at next season. I'm looking at the trophy cabinet. I'm looking at the mentality. I'm looking at the players I can attract with Europe. Europa League, obviously, is not the same as Champions League and vice versa. And I agree with you, Ahmed, because you might come in and say, we don't need Europe to get players. I agree with that. We can speak like that. But my thing is... I
hope you get Elise.
Nah, bro, Will, don't do that. We could both get Elise like that.
Bro,
of course, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But I don't
if I'm being honest,
not being Europe and still get him.
If I'm being honest, on not wanting to go into Europe, I think you should. Like, if you're United, probably next season is more than likely going to be a reset. If anything, it's a good thing for your young players. The reason why I don't mind, the reason why I'm happy to get Europa League, even Conference League, is because I can at least with this young bunch of players that I've got, give them that European experience. I can let the experienced players that we may have in the future just take a rest and let them relax, and then get these guys to get the EXP points that I want them to get to improve. So,
I hear all of that. Yeah, let me just say something. If we do get Europa League or Conference League, I'm not going to start crying. But if you're told me like, would you rather without? Of course, because the thing is with me, I still don't know whether we're going to keep this manager or not. So if we were to get a new guy in the club, I'd rather just him completely focus on the league, and the players, and focus on the next fixture. Because the thing is with the Europa League, you can get experience, but I don't see how it's going to benefit. Let's say we pick up an injury or something in that Europa League match, and then we can't play that same team in the Premier League.
But he just gave you a perfect solution. And that solution, he gave you a perfect solution. He simply said you can play your young players to get that European experience, while your main players can be focused on the league. You're not thinking of your team holistically.
I'll be back.
You're not thinking of your team holistically. You are really just thinking about. In fact, you're just being entitled the way you sound. Honestly. No. Listen, and it's the weirdest type of entitlement, right? It's okay to be entitled and want your team and your club to have an experience like in different parts of football in Europe, at home, locally, like in the league, in the Carabao Cup, in the FA Cup. It's okay to look at your squad and be like, someone like Ahmad, right? Let him go play.
He's played in Europa League. He actually scored.
I'm coming. Let Olise play in the Premiership, and let Ahmad play in Europa League or Conference or whatever it is. You should always aspire to get something as a big club. regardless of what it is. Your main aspiration should be the top. But if you miss out on the top, aspire to at least get something. Aim for the bloody moon. If you miss, you land among the stars. To dismiss it totally and be like, oh no, you don't need it. And another thing that professional footballers will tell you is multiple games a week, a couple of games a week is better for them and for their fitness than resting 7 days, waiting over a whole cycle of 7-8 days before they play. Go ask most people who play active football.
I'll tell you why.
They'll tell you they prefer to play 2-3 games.
I understand the fitness part, yeah. I understand the fitness part, but the thing is, we don't know what's going to happen with our manager. What happens if we get a new coach? He needs to implement.
But does that matter though? But Ahmed,
that doesn't matter.
Yeah, Ahmed, if I may, that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, next season, more than likely, United's going to be reset. Doesn't matter if Ten Hag's here. Doesn't matter if another man is going to be here. That's something that you know, and like most fans already know. So if that's the case, and you've got some European football, you might as well get these new players you're going to have, which are maybe young, maybe older, to get that experience in the European cycle. That's all it is. We know for Chelsea, right? In our second European League run, I think it was under Sarri. We literally just played a B team and C team. We didn't even play them. It wasn't until like the final. Yeah, legit. Like I think it was the semi-final, the final. Yeah, when we started playing
this first team.
Exactly. So you can just do that, bro, and then you can have your other main guys focus on the league. It's not even that deep. And plus, you get Europa League, you guarantee yourself Champions League football, even without having to do it in the league at all. So,
like I said, yeah, I'm not gonna start crying if we do get it. I'm really not bothered. Yeah, I'm really not bothered. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not actually too asked about like us getting Europa League or Conference League. The thing is, with the Conference League, yeah. Oh, okay. I swear. The thing is, when we won the Carabao Cup, yeah. Oh, it's only a Carabao. Come on. If we was to win the Conference League, you're telling me you'd respect it? Would you respect it?
No. But there was a conversation earlier on, man, that was similar to that on the chat. I don't know which one it was. Yeah.
Chaz, this is funny though. This is the funniest thing I just heard Ahmed just say right now. This is the same Conference League that as soon as West Ham won it, everybody's calling West Ham European heritage. Now West Ham has European heritage. Hold on. You can laugh all you want, but this is what. Excuse me. When we were going to buy Declan Rice, what did they say? Go look at the headlines everywhere. You know, he's coming from West Ham that has won, that's recently won in Europe, and now all of a sudden you want to downplay it. Look. There's banter, right, Ahmed? And I think this is where you mix banter with the importance of a tournament. You might not rate it because you want it to banter, but of course, it's still like a recognized European trophy. Bottom line is, we banter you when you win the Carabao Cup because we feel like we just have to put your club down regardless. But I would rather, I would rather have a Carabao Cup and FA Cup in my cabinet too.
You did tell that,
but I'll banter you even if you win the league.
That's my point. I was going to say
before.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm going to expand on your point. Yeah.
Right,
basically, the issue is, which he's just alarmed right there, is that people are too concerned what other fans think of what they've achieved. And when the fans do their job, which is tribalism, which is Tottenham are crap, even if you get second place, or Arsenal are crap, even if you become title challengers and Champions League finalists and you lose, that's their job. But people are too concerned with the backlash of what you might do than what's actually going on. If you win the Conference League, you're going to get smoked. But at the same time, it's actually, in hindsight, of your club, an actually good thing to win. Especially, you might have not been good in Europe the past 10 years. You've won no major trophies in the last 10 years. No one's saying the Conference League is going to tick the box. But it's something you can move towards and just keep stepping up and keep stepping up.
It's a bigger trophy than the Carabao Cup.
It's a good
yeah. People are more concerned about other people's opinions about the. You don't think. Let me tell you this. Yeah, I say in all season we're going to make top 6. You know, if we make it, it's a decent season for us.
Exactly.
We're still going to get trolled, but I know that. But I know for me,
people's priorities on these cups are just.
I know for me in my club, getting top 6 is actually quite good because next season we can get top 4. Then we could title challenge. That's how I'm seeing it. But people are going to tell me 1 billion, you got top 6. Don't celebrate 6. That's their job, bro. But I'm not going to use that and then go to people. You know what, man? Them Chelsea fans. Let's not get Europa League because they're going to mock us for it. And I don't want to get mocked. No, I see the benefits on my club. That they were saying. I see the fruits of my club progressing from Europa League and winning it or whatever, and then we bounce from that. That's where I agree with you halfway, Ahmed. But when you get to the bit of dismissing it, that's a little bit thing for me because we're a big club.
Go ahead.
I just think that the people's priorities on these cups and where they ranked against each other is completely backwards. So you're saying to me you would rather have an FA Cup than an Europa League, but what do you get for winning the FA Cup? Europa League, like literally the prize for winning the FA Cup is to qualify for the Europa League. What do you get when you win the Europa League? Not the FA Cup. You get Champions League. Europa League is a higher trophy than the FA Cup.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
all
epic.
about building blocks, man.
But you lot said Conference League. though.
Yeah,
You
no, but even
Same
Conference
way,
League,
it's
but
a
even
higher cup than the Carabao Cup.
but
Yeah,
even
facts.
if it's
I'm
Conference
gonna
League,
tell you guys the problem, okay? And then
Mhm.
this is the main topic of today at Man United, right? Man United fans still think that we deserve something, and we're not getting it because we're big man. And I keep saying this, and I keep repeating myself until some Man United fans realize that this is the reality. Nobody in world football deserve anything. Chelsea, not because they won 2 Champions League and they spent $1 billion, they deserve to win the Champions League. No Chelsea fan, you will ever hear him say that. No one ever says that, right? Only club that say that sometimes, some Arsenal fan base and some
Sometimes.
Man United, but the majority of the Man United fan base. You know why? Because the majority of the people we talk to nowadays, they grew up with Man United being the most successful club. So they think because we have been successful over all these 20-something years with Fergie, we deserve. Why would I want to play Europa League? I deserve the bigger thing. Nobody hands anybody anything. That's the thing, because we have Varane, we have Casemiro. Nobody will hand you anything. Some of the majority of the people that I speak to Man United, apart from the people that finally saw the light, right, that we need a rebuild and we need this and that, they keep saying the same as Ahmed. We deserve better. Forget Europa League, forget Conference League. These are the stuff. Who cares? A lot of Man United fans said what Ahmed said. We don't care about Europe now. We just want to focus on the season next season. Well, Europa League, it adds to the trophy cabinet. Bro, you won only 3 Champions League and 2 Europa Leagues, if I'm not mistaken, or 1.
Yeah.
One Europa League, one Europa
I
League.
had Mourinho.
It's not that you won 15 like Real Madrid and you don't care about Europa League. It's not like you won 6 like Liverpool. You didn't.
I had Mourinho at this club when he won the Europa League. On my life, wallahi, the football was shocking. The football, I almost vomited.
But the trophy is there.
Ahmed,
you can't eat your coke. Listen, you can't eat your cake and have it at the same time.
Let me land. Jose Mourinho, listen. You see these pragmatic coaches, like Mourinho, Conte, these defensive managers, Simeone. I cannot stand them. I cannot stand them. I watch football. To be entertained in it. Cool. He won us a Europa League. The guy left us in a mess. He killed some certain players as well. Ruined Pogba's reputation. Ruined Martial. Ruined all them players. He left the club in a mess. Everywhere Mourinho goes, he leaves it in a mess. Look what he did to Tottenham. Madrid, Chelsea. I'm tired of these managers, bro. I don't want these type of managers. I feel like the Europa League, cool, you win it.
We get that. That is a good point. But that is beside of you dismissing being in Europa League and winning it. That is a big trophy that can be added to the cabinet. We aren't asking you to win Intertoto's Cup or the Audi Cup like Spurs, right?
Literally,
That's not the point. This is Europa League. That's not a dig at Spurs, right?
I mean, you definitely agree with us. I know, we all know what he's saying.
We beat Bayern Munich for that.
He's not saying anything wrong, but it's just his standards are like.
I have to keep this.
Mo's right where he's saying like, because you like good side of football, that's your preference. That's you just
100%.
yourself. Cool. 100%. And because you've seen your club, you look about 20 or whatever. You've probably seen your club win everything, just like me. Cool. Exactly. 2 ticks. So your expectations are here, just like mine. The difference is I can see between the wood and the trees, innit? So I can read the room and be like, you know what? We're not at that position. So I'm in no position to be dismissing trophies or dismissing this, dismissing that. I should really be grabbing all of these wholeheartedly. That's the only difference between me and you. I agree with what you're saying, ideally, but football's not ideals. It's football, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
football's about winning. I can't lie to you, man. Football's about winning.
It's about winning.
The way you win it is up to you. Yeah, you can like it or not like it. But if I get a Champions League football, playing pragmatic football, I don't care. I've won the Champions League. Why should you care how you win the cup? For me, is beyond me, in my personal opinion.
No, but Champions
League, man. Can I ask you something?
Even Europa League.
So good segue to Chelsea. But last thing about Man United, because we spent 30 minutes on Man United.
Go on.
Do you think you're in a better place or Chelsea are in a better place?
Easy
What,
answer.
footballing, as in a football.
Both, bro. Both.
That's in general. Let's say in general.
In
On the
general.
pitch.
You have because you talk about the Mainos, you talk about the Diallos, you talk about this. Do you think who's better starting next season?
Easy answer, bro. Come on.
You can't say yes.
The fact that you're thinking about it
It's
is
the wildest
He's
thing.
smiling. He knows.
fucking gold.
Look at him smiling.
This
He
is
knows.
wild.
He knows.
Shocking,
man.
Bro, you got him.
It is
This is
shocking.
so wild. This is
This is-
wild.
Because we have a rubbish manager allergic to Chelsea.
No,
That's
no,
it.
not even.
Not the talent, not the
Let's do
squad.
that,
This
bro.
is
The only reason why-
crazy.
Our players are 10
I
times
promise
better
you,
than
I
us.
promise you,
Every
if we
position.
had a
Okay,
better
let's go
manager, yeah?
through the
No,
players.
there's
though.
not one position their players are better than us. Not one.
If we had a better manager, yeah, we'd be ahead of Chelsea.
But Ahmed, hear what I just said. I
Are you
don't think
serious?
any
Hold
position.
on, just you just didn't hear.
Yeah.
Hold on,
yeah.
Ahmed. You
Yeah.
think you have a better team than Chelsea?
First 11 or squad or everything.
Both, bro.
Let's say first 11. Let's say first 11. Let's say first 11.
The competition is about the whole thing, but yeah, I
I
can
mean,
tell.
let's do it, man. Let's go. through 11.
14
Okay,
players.
let's go for it. Go
To
on.
be honest, you can
No,
actually
alright,
go in the
alright,
Premier
alright,
League with 15 players.
Okay,
16
in
players.
that,
Let's
my goalkeeper's better. My goalkeeper's better. My goalkeeper. Onana's better.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, you know.
He's
I
better.
can't lie to you. I can't lie to you, man.
I mean,
think
reputation,
Petrovic-
yes, but during the season, he's not been better than Petrovic.
I think this season, if you compare Onana this season and Petrovic this season,
Petrovic is
Petrovic
better.
is
better.
better. Petrovic is
No,
clear.
you're not a
Can't lie
reacher.
to you.
I thought, Ahmed, you know what? Let Mo go for positions. We'll say our players for each position, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll do it like that. So cool. You take goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And then Moses
Right
Hurley.
back, Diallo or Malagusto.
Oh, that's easy.
Man,
That
that
was
was
not-
bro.
Dallo's been our best player this year, by the way.
But
Man,
Gusta's
Gusta's
been
been-
better than him anyway.
Yeah, Gus has been one of our argue top 2, if not top 3.
Okay, that's fine. You can take Gusto, yeah. I think Dallo's been sick. The quality ain't that far off anyway.
Come here,
Quality's not-
come. Centre back, I'm taking Chalobah, Badiashile, who actually
do we
plays.
Who do we
You
have?
might have
second?
no one.
I was, yeah, but we've got injuries in it. Lissandro's injured.
So have we. So have we.
So
Yeah,
you, bro.
Varane. Yeah.
You can even
Okay.
take Thiago Silva, even he's on the bench.
We'll take Thiago Silva. We can take any of them. Your
Yeah,
centre
yeah,
backs are better than us.
Centre
Left back,
back.
cheesy. Cucurella's
Cucurella.
been better than.
Who's your left back?
Cucurella.
Cucurella.
Yeah, we don't have a left back. Yeah, Carrie, you can take that. Yeah.
And then we're taking the midfield.
Caicedo.
Caicedo.
Kobe's better than Caicedo.
He's not better than Caicedo.
Kobe's better than Caicedo.
thing-
He's better than Gallagher,
No,
and he's better than Enzo.
No, that's
Oh
insane.
my
He is.
days.
No, he's not.
He is.
Who's
He is.
this?
I'm not trolling. I'm not
Come
trolling.
on, man.
He is.
That
Kobe's
is-
better than all of your
Yeah.
midfielders.
I
That's
think I've
what-
heard enough, Mo. I think I've heard enough.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah.
I actually think
Kobe's not-
Kobe Mainoo gets
He is.
into Man United, but I get Caicedo, Kobe Mainoo, and Cole Palmer at the 10. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
wouldn't say Enzo over him because Enzo this season has
Yeah.
been poor form.
No,
He's
Enzo
not
this
better-
season hasn't been good, so I would.
He's
I
not
would
better than
absolutely-
Enzo as a footballer, in my opinion. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. But cool.
I think he's better than Enzo, to be honest. But that's up for debate.
No,
Whatever.
that's crazy. No, that's crazy.
Okay, Palmer, well, quality player in it. I think he's been the best. Who's your left winger? Mudryk. Come on, you rate Mudryk.
No. I'll put
Left
Nkunku
finger's
there.
Nkunku's my left finger, bro. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Nkunku.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
Bro, he's been better, bro. But Mo, my line, real Dale. Has
No,
Nkunku like
Nkunku
4
is
games
a
to be
better
better
player
than all their
than-
left wingers?
Okay,
Yeah.
who is
Sorry.
better than Garnacho for real? Like, there's
Yeah.
not even
Like
a
who
question.
who are you comparing to Nkunku? Even though Nkunku has only played,
Garnacho or Rashford, or who are you
yeah,
comparing?
that's what I'm saying. Like
You're
even though
taking
Nkunku, no, listen,
yeah?
even though Nkunku has
Yeah.
played just a couple
Yeah.
of games and it's a small sample size, I'll take Nkunku.
Okay, the
because I've
main
seen
one
what
is
he
that
can
who
do
do
before.
we think
Big
Hoyland
player.
is better than
He's not
Jackson?
being, you know.
Do we think
Yeah,
Hoyland
Ahmed,
is-
remember, listen, Ahmed and me, we debated before, Hoyle over Jackson. And at that period in time, we remember Jackson was ahead of him by 3 goals. Now he's doubled your boys.
What did I say about Jackson? I said
That's
Jackson's a
what
good.
I'm saying.
I said Jackson's a
That's
good
what I have to say.
footballer. But he's not. I said Jackson's a good footballer, but he's not a good finisher. Yeah, he's got 14 goals, but yeah, that's calm. He's been better than Hoyland.
That's not
I
bad.
can respect.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah.
I can respect that. Yeah, 100%.
But to be fair, Mo, everyone's taking Nkunku over Garnacho, Rashford. Let's not even talk about it. They're taking Nkunku. He's just too good. Look at him today. We'll talk about Chelsea. And then the right hand side, easy.
Who's your right winger?
I'll probably say Cole Palmer's the right winger.
So he's not in the 10. Okay, fair enough.
Nah,
So Bruno Fernandes gets there then.
Bruno will get in the
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, Bruno getting 10.
And up front to play Jackson. He's
Yep.
better than Hoyland. That's
Also,
not
I
even
think-
being biased,
I
bro.
think
Bro, the stats don't lie. The stats cannot lie to you, big man. He's better than your boy.
Look at
It's
the
as
league.
simple as
Look
that.
at the stats. The numbers add up, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Look at the goal difference. It all adds up.
is it far off though?
He's
It's a
double.
middle. Deo is probably looking at us
Bruh.
like this is a
Bruh.
middle.
I'm gonna add one more
Oh,
point to
anyways.
this. I think I'm gonna add one more point. The managers that Man United are linked to, okay, will not be better than Pochettino in a second year.
Facts.
Which
Okay.
manager?
You're linked with Thomas Frank, Harry Potter, right?
Gareth Southgate.
Gareth Southgate.
Harry Potter. What's going on?
He
Graham
means
Potter.
Yeah, Harry
Graham
Potter.
Potter. Graham Potter.
Graham Potter.
Oh, Jesus.
McKenna. Okay, let's start with
I call him Ron Weasley, but because that's what he looks like.
Oh my.
They're
Ron
linked with
Weasley
5
is
managers.
too funny.
McKenna, Graham Potter, Southgate, Thomas Frank, and Thomas Tuchel.
Okay.
Pochettino in his second year is better than 5 of them in their first year at Chelsea and Man United with these players.
The gap between Pochettino and Graham Potter is not far off.
That's not the point. Though. Are you missing what he just said now? That's you see. Stop.
Hold on.
Hold on. Stop jumping out of the question. The question.
Hold
that
on.
we
Graham
posed-
Potter,
Hold on, Mo.
Pochettino's not far off.
Stop.
How do you do that?
You think that the gap between Pochettino as a coach, okay, forget second year, ya akhi. I am delusional, right? Graham Potter and Pochettino, you think these two are not far off from each other? They are, or they're close.
I think Potter plays better football.
The guy
That's
that couldn't
not- that's
score
not
with
his point, though. That's not a question, bro.
As a coach, as a coach, low key, I'd edge it to Potter. You know, I'm not even taking the
Poch's
piss.
football is not bad at all, bro.
Yeah.
What are
Bro,
you talking about, man?
Because to be
how many
fair-
times-
Are you
really
how many
saying-
times
are you
Graham
saying-
Potter finished above 10th place in any league whatsoever? Let
Great-
alone get to a Champions League final.
Do you think he really is that tactically on the level of Potter? Do you think he's tactically on the? Do you think Potter is not tactically?
I think Graham Potter is tactically more flexible, and I think Potter's more pragmatic.
How is he not finished above 10 place?
Ahmed, what type of oxygen is in the neighborhood?
Bro,
where you live?
listen.
You need to
Listen,
loan him
I'm
some of
being
that smoke.
serious, man.
Yeah.
I am being
No, I'm serious. I'm saying what type of
serious.
oxygen? No. What
I feel like you're
level?
drinking Kool-Aid or something.
Listen,
Oh,
I'll
no,
tell you
it's
what I'm
not.
breathing. I'll
Chaz,
tell you
this
what
is
I'm
more
breathing,
than this
bro.
is
I'm
more than
breathing.
Kool-Aid.
This is
This is
copium.
Manchester United, man.
This is
You're
copium to
Manchester
you. You
United.
know I say copium, yeah? This is Ahmed. I like
it's
you,
the
but you're drinking
wildest
something real.
takes from Ahmed.
Ahmed, did you drink brake fluid?
Listen, I'm drinking facts, bro. That's what I'm drinking today. I'm not drinking anything.
Okay,
least
I
you
want
said
to
it's
not facts, bro, man.
move on to Chelsea, but let me just do the super. Just Mookie saying, big up everyone. F United, by the way, for no reason. A lot of people say that, Mookie, to be honest with you. AJ saying Diallo is okay, but Man United will ruin him as per usual. I actually think that as well. Kobe Mainoo has to go, unless I don't know what is going to happen next season. He has to go. You look down in Europa and finish bottom in the Champions League. That's facts. See, these are facts. How do you look down in Europa League when you finish bottom of the group in your Champions League, bro? How?
Copenhagen above you. Copenhagen above you. There, I forgot.
Bro, Galatasaray, Copenhagen,
You
bro.
embarrassed England.
Listen, that's all down to the manager, bro. I'm telling you, that's all the manager's
You
fault.
embarrassed
African. It
England,
might
bro.
be. It might be. Big up the panel. Ahmed is a gym. For once, more agenda is not on the menu. The agenda's coming, bro. You don't know when we talk about Spurs and Arsenal and Man City. Dial Tone, thank you so much for the support. And Mook is saying, you know what is tragedy? Combined Chelsea and United is still shit team, even if you merge their manager in one, still shit.
Who does he support? Because the only club who could say that.
Liverpool.
Liverpool, they can't chat, bro.
They can't chat to no one.
Come on, man. Let's chill out, man. You know what I mean? The way they're falling off. Come on.
Yeah. They cost me out for
You
celebrating.
guys
the
think
Carabao.
Chelsea is better than Liverpool?
I think we might finish above the next season.
No.
Hold on.
Yes,
Oh,
the
you can
question
keep me up,
was.
man.
The question is.
No,
different.
I'll lie to you.
No,
You can keep me
Stop,
up.
don't talk about next season. Don't talk about next season. Yes. A simple
Sad.
question.
Open a can
A
of
simple
worms.
question was posed to you. Do you think Chelsea is better than Liverpool this season?
Of
What
course
we have
not.
seen so far.
Oh my gosh, Ahmed, tell them.
No. That's not how I put the question. That's,
No,
the
that's
wrong
what I'm
question.
asking. That's the
Yeah,
question
no,
I'm
No,
asking.
that's the wrong question. I'm going to tell you the right question.
Go on.
Season is about to end in a couple of days.
Yeah.
June 1st, who has a head start? I'm going to read it, Saab. Just give me a second.
Oh, that's such a-
June 1st, guys. June 1st.
Oh,
Who has...
that question's-
I think,
that question's
forget
loaded,
what
bro.
happened this season. What happened this season happened. Who has a better head start? Chelsea or Liverpool? Liverpool are getting an Arne Slot, assuming Pochettino stays with this caliber of players. Who has a better head start next
I
season?
can only tell you the finish. I don't care how it starts.
No.
Finish is gonna be-
But we don't know the finish. We don't know the finish.
But it's not about how you start; it's how you finish.
I know, but which
Or-
team is?
I
in a,
get what
but
you're
question,
saying,
Which
but-
team is in a better place to start?
Okay, you get a blindfolded man. You get
I know the
someone
question.
who hasn't. You get what I mean? Is that,
The question here. You
Okay,
might not let me.
I'm gonna tell you, Shez, the question. I'm gonna try to simplify it for you. You get someone who hasn't seen, right, anything. He doesn't know where these two finished. And you look at two teams and you analyze what happened and you neglect where they finished last season.
Yeah.
Which team do you think is in a better place starting June 1st?
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be diplomatic. Liverpool.
Nah, don't be diplomat. Come on, say it.
No. It's Liverpool. They're higher than us in the
Bullshit
table.
diplomatic
They have
thing.
a head start.
Come
You
on,
asked me
don't.
a question, I'm answering it, bro.
Let me do these two questions before we actually go to Chelsea. Saad is Ahmed. Is Mainoo better than Rice? Ahmed.
Rice is left. Rice's left toe. No, not Rice. Kobe's left toe is better than the whole of Rice.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Sorry. So you see, I can't. I won't sit here and let you do this. I'm
Yeah,
not-
why is you nibble, man?
No.
No. But I'm gonna tell you, Diallo, before you go on, Ahmed needs to explain the reason why this question is being asked, because Ahmed isn't.
Can I say something? Listen, Mo. Can I say something? I'm okay with you giving good reasons why you think.
Yes,
Mainoo is better
exactly.
than
I
Rice.
wanted him to
But
say.
I will not allow
At
you
least the
sit
stats
here
back up
and
my
say,
goofiness.
listen,
That's
I will
all
not
I'm
allow
saying.
you sit here and say somebody's
At
tiny
least I
little
got
toe.
data.
Your entire team, right, against Raya alone, you still will not score. We will take out all 10 outfield players off the pitch.
Okay.
Your entire team versus Raya, you still don't score.
Can you
That's how
convince
useless
us?
you guys are.
Can you convince us, Ahmed? Convince
Okay,
the
I'll
people.
convince you. I'll convince you. Yeah. In terms of driving with the ball and receiving the ball and first touch, ball manipulation, IQ, Kobe strives way better than Rice. The way he receives it, the way he drives with it, he hardly ever loses the ball. He's more agile. He's more mobile. He's just overall, he's just a better footballer than Rice. Like Rice is plus what? He's 25, 26. This is supposed to be in his prime. Kobe is an 18-year-old kid, yeah, and he's actually showing way more talent than Declan Rice could ever dream of. Kobe Mainoo, by the way, Pep Guardiola wanted that guy, you know. He wanted him at 18. And look at his midfield. Do you get what I'm saying? Kobe is just a brilliant footballer. Even when they played for England, yeah, did you see what Rice said? He himself said, we've been looking for a midfielder like Kobe Mainoo with his skill set. Even your midfielder rates him. So it's not mad to think that. It's not mad. Kobe is an exceptional footballer. The things that he's doing, by the way, at his age, ain't normal. In a rubbish United side, could you imagine if he had a proper manager who believes in him, yeah, and plays in a better setup? They'll be saying he's the best youngster. Just like Phil Foden and Cole Palmer.
You got any stats to back up, like, you know, any, like, you know,
One stat,
past progression? You know, I mean, right now we're just saying eye test stuff, big man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
that's the eye test. But the thing is, yeah, it's great just to have that. It's great having the eye test, but the best players have the eye test and the stats as well.
No, not really, because
that is true, bro. That is,
you don't need numbers to be a good player, though. Like you don't need.
No, but you need. Technically, I kind of disagree. You do need to have both the GA and the be good on the eye test to be considered one of the best.
So by that logic, Lampard's better than Iniesta because he's got more goals.
On the eye test, is he better than Iniesta, though? No,
exactly.
But again, that's why it's a two-pronged approach.
Two facets, isn't it?
Yes.
You didn't say one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can say Kobe Mainoo is better on the eye test than Rice, but Rice statistically is probably outputting more than what Kobe Mainoo is doing.
And plus, also, Ahmed, I don't think they're similar midfielders. You know,
Kobe Mainoo is a number 8. Kobe Mainoo is an 8, and
I feel like Rice isn't an 8. Would you agree with me? People claim he's an 8, but I don't know if he's as efficient as an 8 as he would be a 6.
I'll tell you what he is. He's average. That's
okay. So here's what you need to understand. Recently, Rice did an interview with The Athletic, and they were actually asking him what his role is, and if you go pay for that article, it's like you'll be able to see everything he said. And what he did say is the way Arteta wants his sixes to play. They drew out a pitch, and he showed them on them. He's like, "This is how he wants us to play." So we play further up the pitch with our 6 as an 8. Like he likes to play that way. So for him, he's a hybrid player that we use that way. And this is something that he himself said. This is not something that I'm trying to imagine because I watched a game or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Yeah. He's saying this is how the manager wants me to play, right? So he says in certain games, he wants me to play as a box-to-box 8, right? And I play that role. Or in certain games, he wants me to play as a hybrid 6 and 8 where we play a double pivot. So understandably, so regardless of what anybody says, the type of player that Rice is, he's unique. It's a unique profile. Somebody who can play in those two roles and be able to drive and come back and also play a 6, or you can use him. I mean, Swiss Army knife type player, and He's one of the best.
But it's more
He
than
is
that. Like,
one of the
let me
best
help
I
you
know.
out a little bit, Diallo.
He's one of the best in what he does. What he does.
His thing, right? So this is just quick stuff, just based off the attributes that you said about Kobe, right? Declan Rice has one more progressive carry per 90 than Kobe does. Almost 2 more passes into the final third than Kobe does every 90 minutes, right? He is dispossessed almost 3 times less per 90 than Kobe is, and he has a better touch, over 50% better than Kobe does per 90. He mishandles balls 50% less, right? 1.38 per 90 for Kobe to 0.57 for Declan Rice. So how is any of those things that you said? He's got a better first touch. He receives the ball better. He carries the ball better. How is any of that true when it's not?
I'll tell you why. Because I don't need them stats, so I can see with my eyes who's the better player. Like, them stats are. I don't believe in them stats, innit? Like, first of all, Rice plays in.
You don't believe in being in first touch,
no,
in dispossessions, and.
No, I don't believe in that stuff. Yeah, all I do.
You just said first touch. His first touch is better. That's what you just said.
His first touch is better. Yeah, 100%.
But then how does he mishandle
because first of all,
a ball 3 times more than Declan Rice does per 90 minutes?
First of all, Declan Rice plays in a way more superior system than Manchester United. United is the most disorganized, disjointed team in the Premier League. So comparing a guy who is absolutely knows what he's doing in his position in comparison to Kobe is a very unfair comparison. So what I'm saying to you is, if Rice was playing for that Man City team or playing for a top team that knows how to keep the ball, them stats will look extremely different. You have to use context. So
But Ahmad.
I want to move on from this.
I just want to say this more before you move. I just want to say this. Let this be the last time you compare Mainoo to Rice. Let it be the last time, for your own sake. Yeah. Because you like, if you genuinely believe it, I'm worried for you. If you genuinely believe it, I'm worried. We have.
He genuinely believes that. He believes Diallo is more talented than Bukayo Saka.
I'm telling you, like, that's all I'm going to say.
He believes that. He believes Bukayo Saka is not as talented as Amad Diallo. Big up Mookie for saying, I like that Arsenal supporter on the panel. Banter on the pitch. Dio is here, of course. And Mookie is saying, I am not saying my Liverpool is all sunshine and rainbows, but I think we could beat combined Chelsea and Man United. That's how bad that look. Sorry, not sorry. Yes. Liverpool, but not how they fallen off. Anyway, Chelsea. What do you want to say about Chelsea? The only thing I want to say, why people dismiss Cole Palmer Player of the Season shouts? Why?
So
scoring with a header now. It's not only left foot.
Facts, bro.
Clutch moments as well. We needed to win away from home.
Listen, man, we're at least now guaranteed Conference League football now. So listen, on the bright side, that's something we've got now in the bag at the very least. At the end of the day, man, win's a win. I don't care how we win the last three to 4 games, because it's the end of the season. We're just to get the job done. I'm happy that Nkuku scored. You know what I mean? It's a good goal to see finally the balloon got done. You know what I mean? Appreciate that. Caicedo's been looking really well, I have to say, man. Last 10 games.
Oh, not last 10 games.
I think. Listen, no. When I say last 10 games, in particular, I mean he stepped up. But he stepped up, in my opinion. There's a difference. He's been playing well.
He's been sick.
I've said that he's had a good season, but
what do you mean sick? Like Thomas Partey level last season at Arsenal?
No.
What do you mean when you say sick?
When I say sick, he's actually doing what Enzo was meant to do. He's dictating games. The ball goes through him. He's making valuable tackles. He drives with the ball. He's actually naturally an 8 for me. That's why I want Lavia back in this team. He contributes with assists. He got an assist last game. He's got an assist the game before that thing for Palmer and Everton game. And he's never injured. He's every week he's here. Solid 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 performances. The reason why he doesn't get man of the match is because Cole Palmer's playing at world class level. That's the only difference. Him and Palmer are the reasons why we're here. Not excluding everybody else, but you need star quality to help you win. How many games in a row? 4 games in a row. Not lost in 13, 14 games. So you need more than just average players.
Chalobah's been a big help as well.
What should Chelsea aspire next season to do?
Bro, minimum top 4. I want to be top 4 minimum.
Again, top 4 should be the aim next season.
Top 4 and to win Europa League. Only because I genuinely think without our injuries, we'd be in top. I think without our injuries, I would argue we'd probably be. I'm not going to say above Aston Villa because I think their home record's been better than ours. But I think we'd be 5th.
You're
You know
right.
what annoys me? You know what annoys me the most, bro? Yeah, the loss to the draw to Sheffield and the draw to Burnley. Yeah, so annoying because right now we could be comfortably.
No, we would be easily
Fifth.
fourth? No, fourth.
No, fifth. We would be
Yeah.
comfortably fifth right now.
Are you better
So
than
point is,
Spurs?
no.
Are you going to be better than Spurs next season?
No, I think it's 100%. Yeah.
Yes, with the yeah.
Oh, with our injuries and how bad you've been this season. Now,
And additions as well.
With our injuries and how
Will will tell you, which is fair. Will come back. Obviously, about his team. He'll tell you it was a first good, excellent start 10 games, and we've kind of petered out. So it's averaged out to be about fifth. He's just about going to get fifth, by the way. If he loses, we'll get fifth. That's how tight it is. I think we've had a bit worse than that, where we've been average throughout the whole season, and now we've had our good run. But we've had way more injuries than them. I think at one time we've had 15 injuries average.
Yes. Yeah,
15 on average, Mo. Not 1 week on average.
We had a whole
15.
XI at one point, bro. Whole XI.
So that's literally like taking, let's say Arsenal team. That's literally like taking, in my opinion, Saka, Rice.
Odegaard.
I wouldn't say
no
Rice.
one of that
We haven't-
quality.
You had Palmer all season.
disingenuous.
No, so I'm not going to say Rice because we haven't lost any midfielders like that. Let's just say Saka, Gabriel, and let's say Ben White. You take them out of Arsenal, they're not challenging for the league. You take them out of Chelsea, we're not challenging for top four. That's my opinion. Because the players coming in, they have barely any experience in the Premier League, and in my opinion, not of the level of those players to play at a top four consistent level. Whereas I think Porro and these kind of guys are, and even they faltered. So like that's my point in the team where like, if we have
Porro falter,
bro, your whole team, I'm saying like your team wasn't good enough to sustain the top four finish. That's my
because
point.
of consistent injuries and loss of, we have no depth.
Bro, like
None.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, forget about your team. I'm talking about mine and Chelsea section. I believe if we get the right additions, ST, a centre back, and maybe a left winger,
left back as well. Don't forget left back.
Yeah, left back because obviously Kukure's in good form, but let's see how that goes. 100%, we can clip me up. We're gonna make top four, but only
we have
make
to make
decisions. And we have to forget about having to. I think we will anyway. And the reason why is because even in our crappiest season, everyone's crapping on our team. If we win our game on Saturday, which is very plausible, Bournemouth at home, and then Aston Villa was to whatever they do, we'd only be 9 points away from them, 8 points away from top four, by the way. Not from fifth, from top four. And if Tottenham lose their game, we're fifth.
Why would we lose to a Sheffield United?
Again, we're only embracing hypotheticals, man. It's hypotheticals, isn't it? So
yeah, of course.
My
point is that like I have to go off like what I've seen this season and what I project from what I've seen this season. And these last 13 games, we've not lost one. We've won 4 in the bounce in the clutch moments of the league, by the way. So pot to bottle drum and stuff. In trophies, yes. But in this moment, we had to win, Mo. No, in order to get Europa League, we had to win the last 4 or 5 games. Had to. And we've done it. Away from home twice.
So, Chaz, let me say this, right? Let me say this. Earlier, you said if you guys had beaten like Sheffield and who else? You mentioned 2 teams.
No,
Sheffield.
I didn't agree with that notion. I didn't agree with that.
No. I'm just saying. Okay. Yeah. You said that, and I hear you, but you have to use the same vim that you use for your team for other teams. If Tottenham and Man U and Newcastle ahead of you as well had won the games that they needed to win, you'll be having the same conversation. So the bottom line is, exactly. So we can't, like that. Like when people tell me, like Arsenal fans tell me, if only we had beat Aston Villa and beaten, and I'm like, well, what if City had also won their own games? We'll still be having the same conversation. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not.
That's a good point.
It's good to try to do it for your side and be like, well, if I added 6 points to my team, if I'd won those 2 games. Without considering the other team, if they added 6 points to their team, you'd still be at the same place. So I'm just saying, it is what it is.
The thing is, I feel like that narrative, that rhetoric is a bit cyclical because we could speak here all day. And the reason why I say that is because I'm not saying that can't be true because 2 things can coexist. I'm just saying I focus on my team for next season. So if we'd done our job holistically, we wouldn't be sixth, we'd be in fifth already. But I know you could definitely sit in the narrative and say, well, if Tottenham hadn't done this, if they hadn't lost to you, you wouldn't be in this position anyway. I agree with that. But I'm looking at my team for next season because Mo's asked me for next season. And I genuinely believe, give me 7 average injuries. ST we need, everyone knows that. Centre back we need, Thiago Silva's leaving. And left back, or maybe left winger, 1,000,000% the top 4. And people kept on telling me, because I've been consistent on these streams, so you can't clip me up. People tell me, oh, your team's washed, you're mid-table. And what have I been saying this whole time? People have been cooking me, Arsenal fans, saying you're crap. Why do you have faith in your team? Why are you being positive? And look, I was right in the end. I still will get top 6. I still will get Europa League. And I'm saying now we'll get top 4, not because I believe it, it's because I see the football.
Do you think you got a better squad than Villa?
Yeah, on paper, yeah.
Yes, we do have a better squad.
Okay, so because I'm looking at it like this, yeah, with Tottenham, the only reason why Tottenham are ahead of you, yeah, is because they got a better manager than you. Same with Villa. That's the reason why.
I actually disagree with you because I think Villa have better players than them.
Oh, do you should think Villa have
I don't even think Chelsea's players are rated as highly as Chelsea fans rate their
players. Yeah.
If that's the case, then why are we only 3 points behind you, bro?
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
No, but hold on.
Complete and utter collapse, man.
No,
but talk about
Chaz,
injuries. We went through the whole middle section of the season, 3 months.
Will, don't
with
talk
6
to
of our starting 11.
Will,
What player do
we
you have as quality of James?
Will, we've statistically had the most injuries in the league. So you're talking to the worst person.
Most is not the point. Is most impactful.
Who we lost?
You're talking numbers versus quality.
No, Will, stop it.
You're talking quantity versus quantity.
No.
We have lost quality though. We have actually lost quality.
I don't be rude.
Name a player at your club that's as good as Heung-min Son.
Will,
we literally lost Nkuku, bro.
And Nkuku's not even anywhere close to being as good as Heung-min Son.
You want to use nuance, and you want to be pedantic, and you want to use nuance. Go through my injuries then. Go through them. Because you're saying to me it's not about most, it's about who you lose.
So Chaz, listen to what he's saying. So that we can all understand. He's not saying in volume and numbers, right? You guys have the most numbers, the highest number of injuries. No, hold on, Chaz, hold on. You have the highest number. Because their squad is also thin. When they have 6 injuries, right? Your squad was bloated. You guys agree that you had a bloated squad. You guys bought a lot of potential future talents into Chelsea. A lot of young players. Your squad is bloated. So whenever you guys have an 11 injury to the outside world, it's like, compared, you have a lot of people. Bring all your. I mean, you spent a lot of money. You have players. Replace them. In their case, once key players are injured, they have nothing on the squad on the bench. They don't have a bloated squad.
Nothing.
You understand? So at the end of the day, okay, let me ask you a question. You say, where am I getting this bloated squad from? When I mean bloated, I mean like you guys bought a lot of players, which means like for us,
a lot of players that are similar in quality.
Similar in quality. Like you have Enzo, you have Caicedo, you have. Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying.
We're not saying your quality's high. We're saying the quality of each other are close.
The quality of players are close. Like if you play Enzo today and you play Caicedo in another game, you don't really look as terrible and as bad, right? You have what's his other guy's name that hasn't played all season? I didn't even know he was still at your club.
Leslie.
No, not Leslie. The other DM.
Lavia.
Lavia. So so what I'm saying is that you guys bought a lot of players. Of course, you had a lot of injuries. My point is you have like for like players. Like when Reece Nielsen got injured, you had Malo Gusto come in, and he's done the business. And the quality is not. Yeah, Reece Nielsen is. I mean, Reece is amazing. Reece James, amazing. Right back, I would say one of the best, right? But Malo Gusto has showed that he can fit that shoe for you guys without the drop in quality being so like gaping. You guys weren't complaining about your right wing side. You know, So all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, when we're comparing the injuries, it now becomes how much more of an impact does it have on Team A versus Team B because of the squad depth and the like for like players that they have.
Cool. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, cool. Why the situations are very similar is because we both had new managers come in. Okay. Yes, Ange he hasn't been in the league before, but granted, he's still a good manager. I rate him highly. Okay. And we both had systems that need to be implemented with players. You need to play with them, right? So Spurs are the best 11, can beat anybody, everyone knows that. And Chelsea's best 11 wouldn't beat everybody, but I think we'll get top 4 or top 5. Let's say that's a bit better than us. Fair enough. So a very similar way in which he's saying injuries for him, I'm going to say for me also. But the difference is, he's saying there's similar quality and gap. Gusto is an extreme that doesn't make the rule because he's the only player who's come in and actually been decent in terms of the right back filling. Our other players have actually been like Jackson literally could be a dud and we'd be finished. Palmer could have literally been a very average guy and we'd be finished. It just so happens these guys have performed to allow us to be in this position because they're exceptional quality, more so Palmer than the latter, right? So that's why I'm saying that you're not being disingenuous because you're looking at it from a fair point of view. But I don't think you're deep in. If you lose, like, for example,
if you had lost Cole Palmer for 3 months, where would you be right now?
Yeah, but that's in hindsight that he's a good player.
No, it's not in hindsight. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Because
we're talking about quality. If you had lost Cole Palmer for 3 months, where would you be?
Just quality wise, seeing what he has done. Like if you lost Cole Palmer for 3 months, you guys would not be in this position that you're in right
they'll
now.
be 12 or something.
Yes.
No, but we'll be, bro. We'll be there.
But you probably won't be at this point
But
right
that's
now.
my
Is what
point.
he's
When
saying.
we
So when they lose quality and because they don't have depth, and now,
Son,
like
Madison, Romero, Poro, like every person that had any goal contribution to our squad at all was gone for months of the season. Months.
So wait, just to be clear, you're saying the reason why you've dropped down to our position is because of injuries.
Like
You came up, yes, absolutely. Game week 12. Game week 10 when we lost to you guys for 4-0 or whatever it was. I don't remember the score. 4-1.
You don't have it. Fair enough. That's a valid reason. I'm not.
What happened? We went from 1st to 5th in 2 game weeks, and then we stayed 5th the rest of the season.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but I'm agreeing with you. I'm not just playing what you're saying, but I'm saying it's very similar for me also. I'm not saying the only reason why we were 13th and languishing there is because our injuries. Because Potts is a big blame in it. I agree with you. And he's changed tweaks and we've won.
Andrew would get you top 4 comfy, by the way, with that Chelsea team.
Huh?
Andrew would get you top 4 with that Chelsea team.
I don't know. You know what? That's debatable because I've disagreed with you.
I think
That's Potts made tactical mistakes.
If you do vice versa, by the way, I think Potts capitulates with that Tottenham side. I think the reason why Tottenham...
To be fair, Mo, to answer your question overall, I think Potts is the reason why we're here. Because it's very easy to give Cole Palmer all the praise and Gusto and these men. But all of a sudden, we're winning games away from home. We're scoring loads of goals. We look confident. And it's because of the system. And all season long, it's been a shame because I didn't want to say Potts out until I think I did it after the Burnley game, which Sheffield go, because you can't draw to those back-to-back, right? But those are my breaking points. I know my man would agree with me as well.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's a shame he didn't do this earlier because we honestly could be 5th.
It just irritates me because he had a system already. He then decided just to basically say, you know what, I can't use it anymore. Tried something else. He's been experimenting ever since, and then he decided to go back.
But you guys are the same people who just pointed out that the average number of injuries you have is 15. Maybe that's why he had to change his style. Maybe that is why the system that was working at the preseason could not be affected. Maybe that is the reason why. Because look, honestly speaking, you can slam the coach across the head with a baseball bat for his tactical errors or his in-game management when he didn't manage the team properly or didn't, substitute on time and all that. Great. You can pick on individual games and pick him out and single him out for that. But if you're in the same breath saying we had 15 injuries and these were all good players that could have played the system that could have made you win the game and he didn't have them access to them, and the ones that he had access to, the capabilities were not able to do what he wanted them to do, and they faltered. Right? So at that point, you can't beat him over the head with a bat anymore because he's also shown that as the players have come back from injury now, you're looking better and better and better, and you're playing better. He's now able to tell Cucurella invert. Maybe he didn't want him to invert then because he knew Enzo will drop to the front and Cucurella will be the only one there. And once they bypass him in the press, it's a goal. Maybe because he did trust and maybe because he knew the players that he had and the injuries. So now that he has other players back, he's now able to trust them.
I think something else.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe, that's fair. I think we'd only be able to judge that with a bigger sample size. So maybe next season he'll probably stay. Let's be honest, because well done, Chelsea. I'm very happy managed to get into the Europa League. But next season now, the first 10 games. We'll be able to see if you were right, and I will say you were right there. We've got our players back. We've got a striker.
Your man was playing. Listen. Poch was playing Gallagher as a 10 when Nkunku was injured. If you had Nkunku all season, I saw Nkunku before he came. Like, what are we saying here? I saw Nkunku. He's one of the players that I like. I was jealous when he was going to Chelsea. I was just like, this is some nonsense here. And as soon as he said he was injured, I was like, yeah, just stay injured for like 2 seasons and let them sell you. Then you'll be well and we'll come and buy you. Like, kind of, that's how much beef I had for you guys. So you guys playing Gallagher, and we know that he's no good. Like, there's a reason he had to change his style. There's a reason he had to change his style. And honestly speaking,
to be fair, if we were saying is right and he's got his injuries back and he's managed to claw back where he should be anyway, fair play to him because he's tried to adapt. It didn't work. Everyone was on his neck. Pressure was on him, losing games left, right, and centre. He turns it around. With
Pochettino as your manager, you're always going to have injuries. His training philosophy is part of the reason why you have as many injuries as you have.
Exactly.
The same way. Look at Harry Kane. How many times under Pochettino? Harry Kane was injured at least twice every season under Pochettino. Does he get injured now? No. Right. The intensity of their training sessions leads to injury.
Yeah. Anyway, let me do this couple of super chats before we move on. Double check the scripts. I already, but just had to do it again. By the way, Arsenal fans get stick for Saka carrying a poor Arsenal, but Mainoo shouldn't. Let him grow. Let Mainoo grow. I think Nick is a Man United fan, probably. I want to leave Mainoo alone. The problem is at Man United, he might be absolutely horrific. There because the environment is not great. But thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. Mo here is saying, being a member for Cuckoo needs to go. He plays hot potato with the ball. I said that on the football terrace, and people told me I'm crazy. Kukurea is not Chelsea level. He's not a good player. He should be a bench left back for a team like Chelsea. They should have a better left back, Mo. And this is the last question about Chelsea. Is Chelsea better without Enzo Fernandez? Oh my God, everybody asked that question. Quickly, anybody want to take that on?
I think Enzo's a good player, isn't it? But maybe I just don't think he suits the way how Chelsea play. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
Would you guys sell Enzo to get like 2 players? Would you got like sell Enzo for like 80, 90 million and get 2 players or something?
No.
Why not? Is that pride thing?
No, not really. I just think right now, I think the Ahmed above me is correct in saying that, what's it called? I just think the way he's being used right now by Poch, it's not working because at times I'll see him in a bit more in the final third. There'll be times where he's somewhere else. So until I can see that, and then maybe if it's still not working out, I'm happy to sell him then. But I want to give him one more.
By the way, the more he stays, the more his price go down. But anyway, I want to move on for Chelsea because I wanted to touch a little bit since I have Diallo and Will here. I don't know if Shez is going to leave or stay.
I'll say for a little bit.
About this Arsenal Spurs thing and what happened yesterday and a lot of stuff and all the things. Are Spurs wrong not to go for the game if that is the case? Were Spurs wrong?
I'm going to leave anyway. No, they're rivals, and why would you want your better rivals to play? And without tribalism, there's no such thing as a football. There's nowhere near as good if you don't hate each other's teams. So I think it's simple as that. It's very, very shameless if people wear each other's shirts, wear each other's colours. That's why I drew the line. But wanting your team to, if you were to lose, not being that disappointed, I don't think that's a loser's mentality in an isolated instance. Like, people can use this argument and say, but wouldn't you want your team to be the best they can be? But at the same time, it's like, if you can play a hand in your team not winning something, your rival team not winning something, why wouldn't you do that? Especially if it doesn't hinder anything. I don't think Tottenham were going to get.
They had a slight chance of making the top 4.
It was based on their form and how they've been playing. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you they probably wouldn't have won those games. So I'm not saying like they shouldn't have gone for it because they did go for it. We all watched the game. You watched it, right? Like, they did not go for it.
I actually think the players went for it. A lot of people saying they didn't.
The fans had every right to not cheer, and when they were 2-0 down, to start cheering and celebrating.
So is it not right from Ange to call out the fans? You don't think it was correct?
No, everyone's right. Like, honestly, I'm not being trying to be like people pleasing. He's right for calling it out because he's right in what he says. Because we know this is Spurs. Spurs don't have a great mentality winning club. Every manager said it. We all will agree with you. They don't always spend the most. We've got a new stadium now. Cool. They've got the money in the bank. Let's see what happens. He's not wrong for saying that. But the fans are also wrong for not wanting their team to win. Because literally, if Spurs had drew or won that game, Arsenal go on to win the league. Literally based off them. Forget Aston Villa at home. Forget Fulham and West Ham at home. It would have been because Tottenham would have drew or won and Arsenal would have won the league. And all would you remember it as Tottenham handed them the league. And why would you want that on your hands? So in the
I don't think you should cheer it in the stadium. Like afterwards,
cheering is shameless. Well, I agree with you. That's
like on streams afterwards. Yeah. Like am I sad that we lost 2-0? No. Did I want to win the game on the day? Sure. But am I upset about this one like I was like losing to Wolves or losing? No.
Yeah, I don't think you should be loudly celebrating. Yeah, I agree. You shouldn't be loudly celebrating.
You shouldn't be celebrating in the stands.
Yeah. Like. I don't know why they like the players are actually trying to play with the game, and you know what I mean, just like celebrating one day losing.
Your fans didn't even sing until they scored.
That's crazy. Yeah,
They're hate. They're the guys at the stadium, the fans, those particular fans at the stadium, the ones who showed up there and did that. Their hate for Arsenal is more than their love for the club. Because if I, as an Arsenal fan, if the roles were reversed, I'm not cheering in the stadium. Don't get me wrong. Of course, I don't want to hand you anything, right? As Tottenham, and when I was asked before the game, am I going to cheer for Tottenham? I said no. I'm not going to cheer for Tottenham to win. I'm just going to pray for Man City's downfall because that's the person I have something against. I pray Man City goes in there, makes a mistake, and gets a red card. I pray Eden Hazard does what Martinez did with the ball in the first 3 minutes, where they shot the back pass and he missed it and he dropped.
In other words, you wanted Tottenham to win.
No. In other words, I want Man City to have a downfall. I don't care who's.
In other words,
Tottenham needs to win.
I don't know. Listen, I don't care. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't care what Tottenham does. If Tottenham can't put the ball in the back of the net, my prayer was Man City put it in the net by themselves, own goal. Man City, you go make a mistake and hand it to me. I have nothing. I'm not supporting Tottenham. I am not supporting. This is my opinion. And if anybody doesn't like it, that's their business. Look,
no, but that's not like. But you can you can cheer
thing.
for Spurs because Spurs aren't playing for anything against you.
I don't have to cheer. I will never cheer.
Yeah,
For Spurs. I will never cheer for
Look,
Spurs.
I mean, say we were 3 points off of Villa. We were 3 points off Villa, right? Going into the last day, and you guys were playing them, and you beating them means we get top 4. I'd want Arsenal to win. Now, if Arsenal got the league, I would say no. I hope Arsenal wins.
Come on, Bayo, you wanted Spurs to win.
So let me say this. No.
No.
All like, see, I mean, you have to understand how I think. There's something with Tottenham. I don't. Let me tell you something. A friend of mine invited me here one time recently to go on a bike hiking with them. The place here in Austin has the name Hotspur. I said I'm not going there with you. I'm not hiking anywhere near that name. That's stinky. I'm not. I don't. So all I said, and I'll say it again, unless you want to choose not to hear it and understand it, which is fair, that's your own prerogative. I simply said the person I am chasing is Man City. I have nothing. I don't care who they're playing, as long as they can falter and hand it to me because it's in their hands. I don't care who they. I'm not going to. I'm not going to wish.
Yeah, they're all just waffle. Who do you want to win?
But isn't Tottenham the one that's going to have to make them falter? But isn't Tottenham going to be the one that's going to make them falter?
So hold on. The examples I gave you, where was Tottenham faltered? I said they give a back pass to Edison and he mistakenly. No, if a back pass to Edison from his own player, right? And he's supposed to stop with his feet, and he.
But how is that going to happen, though? But how is that going to happen? You know, City.
Hold on now. I just said a back. No,
but a back pass. But how is that back pass going to take place?
Okay, we're going in circles. We're going in circles. We're going in circles. He wanted Spurs to win.
Chelsea as much as I hate Arsenal, and I wanted them to beat you.
Can I just say one more thing here? I can guarantee you, all Arsenal fans, you know when Tottenham were in the Champions League final against Liverpool, they all were supporting Liverpool. Don't lie to yourself. All of them were supporting.
Of course, they were supporting Liverpool. Of course,
all of them were supporting.
I wanted to. Well, there's a super chat here saying, if no injuries this season, would you have finished about Arsenal without elaborating? Okay, okay. Why not?
Look at the table.
Okay, so you don't think that you're on board with Arsenal? Fair. Should Arsenal have done enough this season?
Yes.
Was there another gear?
They disappointed themselves.
They fell off in
game like
6, 17, 18 for about 3 or 4 weeks. That cost them the league.
I was hearing.
Again, we're going to
go last. You go last.
No. Again, we're going to go back to this.
We're not here for another monologue. Yeah.
Exact same thing again, Chaz. Which is in any other season, right?
Hold on.
In any other season, let's be honest. In any other season,
I was actually going to praise you as well.
No. Hear what I'm saying. Chaz, wait, hold on. I'm saying in any other season, with the points we have right now, with the form that we had in the second half of the season, which is 116 out of 18 games, lost 1, drew 1. In any other season, this is a premiership winning performance in any other season, right? Like
the points total doesn't even say that.
No, I'm saying we've seen seasons where Sir Alex Ferguson has won the league with 75 points. We've seen seasons where teams have won. So all I'm saying is that they have. All I'm saying is my team, and it's not over. There's still one more game on Sunday. Yes, we all know that City will go out there and try to smash West Ham, but this is football, and that's all I always say. This is football. We never know. I always leave it at that because we've seen games. We've seen games. No. We see.
And
No,
Everton's not going to roll over for you either, dude.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Will. This is football. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have Everton. We still have something to climb. Like, if we go play Everton and Everton ties us, we messed up on our own. All I can ask my team to do now is win every game till the end of the season. That's all it is. That's all it is. And we've done good enough so far for me that I know that without this juggernaut called Man City, and we go again next season if we don't win it. But like I said, there's still Sunday. No, I'm not saying they're not beatable. Nobody's saying they're not beatable. What Arsenal has done this season is like, think about it. Arsenal has played, like right now, we've won 16, drawn 1, lost 1. City has not lost any. So this simply tells you how high the levels are. You cannot lose a game if you want to beat City. You are not allowed to lose a game.
You know why they have to go on this run? It's because you open the door for them, bro. You know that? You basically said,
how did we open the door?
They were like 100 meters away. You opened the door a little bit and you said, come.
What door did we open?
You're slowly closing it.
We took 4 points away from them. Hold on. We took 4 points away from them. We took 4 points away from Liverpool.
You just said you need to...
Hold on. We took 4 points away from them, 4 points away from Liverpool. So tell me exactly how we opened the door for them.
I'll tell you how.
I'll tell you how. One second. Let me just... Will, I know you're gonna give the stats. I'm not you in it. I'm here for the shamelessness in it. You know the problem is there, yeah. There's too many excuses coming from your mouth, bro. There's too many excuses. All this waffle. You know what the problem is?
What is the excuses?
Like, oh, nibbling again. Damn. Too easy.
What are the excuses? List them. List them. List the excuses.
Last year.
This season, list the excuses.
Wait, let me just continue. Let me do one monologue.
List the excuses.
Last year it was... Bro, stop.
List the excuses. List them. If you don't list them, I won't let you continue. List the excuses.
I'm gonna go through the excuses, and you're not letting me. Last year, it was our first season. We weren't expected to do this. We lost Gabriel, Arteta's first ever title race. We need a striker. We need a midfielder. We need more signings. You got all those things. You went into this season. And you still didn't win any trophy. Keep it. Any trophy. That's my gripe, Theo. On my mother's life, if you won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, or let's just say the FA Cup, or Champions League final, I won't be saying anything. But the fact you're not winning anything and you're not winning the league, that says a lot to me than anything.
They get fish to fry.
Because I don't get how you can be so good but not win any trophy. That to me doesn't make sense.
Let me ask it. Can I ask a rebuttal? No, rebuttal to what you just said. So that it doesn't pile up. No, so it doesn't pile up. Let me just. I'm going to ask you a question, and then you. No, Ches. The question is, did you expect us to win anything this season?
Oh, 1,000,000,000% I did.
No, you did not. I heard you at the beginning of the season.
Oh my days! Are you gonna allow me?
There's video evidence of you at the beginning of the season. All your MFs. There's video evidence. There's video evidence of all your MFs all season.
Pause.
I'll pull it up.
You can. Guess what the difference is though? If I think you can, but I don't think you will, you definitely have capacity to win the league next season. But doesn't mean you will win the league. So I can say they won't win anything because they're bottle jobs and they're Arsenal. But there's also expectation for you to win the league also. They could both exist. So I'm saying this out of like hindsight and like, you man didn't win any trophy and you had it in your hands and the Villa games is still a lot to me. You man were gearing up for the Bayern Munich game. You had one eye in the Champions League. The pressure got to you. You lost the league at home to Villa 2-0. And that's why you lost it. Now we can go back and say Fulham and West Ham, but that to me is a silly narrative and you'd agree with that. Why are we going to go back so far? City lost games also. But this was in the title race. It was only a few weeks ago you lost to Villa. And ever since you've done that,
I've addressed that earlier with you, Chess. You can't use that. You can't use that scenario.
So you told me why you didn't win the league.
Wait, but you can't. Let me listen.
If you say that we lost the league because we lost to Villa,
why did you lose the league there?
Hold on. Let me just respond. Let me just respond to what you just said right now. You have to use that same look at the comments. They agree for City. No, listen. Any Arsenal fan that wants to use that same analogy and that same scenario, use it for City, right? The question is, even if we beat Villa, even if we beat Villa, right? Let's assume we beat Villa and we have that 3 points in the bag. We use that same scenario for City. If City had beat Villa as well, we'll still be having the same conversation. We can't just use it for Arsenal alone and say, well, guess what? If Arsenal had beat Aston Villa, if City had also won the game, you have to use the same exact thing for both teams. So my point is, we didn't. Listen. My point is, we are not probably winning the league this season because we just weren't good enough. the fine margins. That's all I'm going to say.
So when I
just
predicted
weren't good enough.
I was right.
And listen, and when I say we weren't good enough, I'm talking about City going on a unbeaten run since December the 6th, and we losing one game and probably drawing one. That's all
fair.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Even in the league, that's fair there. But why is Chelsea making more finals than you though? That doesn't make sense to me either. How is Chelsea?
Knockout tournaments are knockout tournaments.
I need you to explain a lot of things to me in the panel. Explain how Chelsea in their worst season have made it to 2 finals. And you've only made it
because a knockout tournament.
You
just asked me to explain. So let me explain it. There's no need to explain what my team is. Better defense, better attack. It's a knockout tournament, and in knockout tournaments, anything can happen. If you go into a knockout, wait, let's hold on. In the FA Cup, we played better than Liverpool that knocked us out. We played better than them. We just did not take our chances. Go look at the stats. We were better on the eye. We were better in the game. We were better in everything. And it crumbled in a few minutes. And that's what happens in knockout tournaments, because it's not a league form where it's 38 games where you can rack up points in the future or where you can go back and get something more and add to what you've done. It's knockout. If you go in there and you play whatever you need to play to get through, you'll get through. So Chelsea played whatever they needed to get through to the final and still didn't win anything. It's a knockout tournament. That's all it is.
But that's my point.
So if you're asking me why like getting to finals is now a thing, you go to the final. Okay, well, almost at the title is not a thing for me. But almost there is not a thing. We don't have it. You don't have it. That's all.
But whether or not getting to a finals thing, I can agree with that, right? But surely your team should be able to have that mentality to not crumble in those few minutes in a Carabao Cup or in a
you expect that from them. You expect them to not crumble. You definitely expect them to not crumble.
And then it's the same also in the EPL. And the point you made about
that's why I said they were not good enough.
You let him finish, bro.
Yeah. I just want to say, the hypothetical point you were making here in regards to the Aston Villa game here, and saying how if it's not the same if Man City had won it, then it's a different thing. I disagree, because that game is a key game for you. Whether you want to admit or not, that game, Liverpool had earlier, just in the same day, the guys that were on top at that moment in time had dropped points. That was your perfect to cement it, and then more than likely continue to go
even your internet did not agree with you.
You didn't do it.
Even your internet did not agree with you. You froze.
Your
internet is like you're waffling.
That's not waffling. It's the reality,
bro. So I hear you, right? And I answered that question again with the same answer I've given you. I said, because we were not good enough on the day. Simple. Now, you are expected to be good enough on the day. Do you have the capacity? Yes. Do you have capability? Yes. If you go in there on that day and you're not good enough and you mess things up for yourself, it's on you. And I know that the games, losing 5 games in a season, we've only lost 5 games this season. Deep what I'm saying, 38 games, we've only lost 5. And the games that we drew. Now hear me out. It's not good enough.
Well done there.
You're not allowed to lose 5 games. You're not allowed to lose 3 games. You're not allowed to lose 2 games. You're not allowed to lose 1 game, in fact. Not with the levels. This is not an excuse. I'm saying, like, hear what I'm saying, Will. City lost 3 games, we lost 5. That's the difference. That's the difference right there.
Well, they drew 7, you drew 5.
And that's what I'm saying. But that's the difference right there. The bottom line is it's fine margins, and you're not allowed to make those mistakes. And we made those mistakes. Okay. We made those mistakes, and because we made those mistakes,
let's go sorry for Diallo.
Okay, Diallo, you know what you're saying? What you're saying, bro, is like,
give Diallo a little bit of credit here. You as bad as you did last year, but you still bottled it.
But that is
in your hands.
You can call it. You can call it
in your hands.
Listen. No, it's in their hands. They had a game in hand.
No, it's in their hands now.
It's been in their hands.
Your hands 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 weeks ago.
It's been in their hands.
Look at the table positions, man. You have been in first place for more weeks in the latter half of the season than they have.
Yeah,
they dropped down when
they had 2 games. They had 2 games in hand. Remember that, right? You remember they had 2 games in hand.
Based on their performances in the cup later on in the season,
and they were still what 2 points behind us with 2 games in hand, or was it 3 points
That's
behind us?
Only recently, man.
Yeah. So when you say it's in our
hands,
hands,
17, 18.
Carry on.
I want to ask you a question. Yeah, this is my question to you. Yeah, do you think then? Yeah, you're saying that it's a game of 5 margins and that you've the team has crumbled essentially in those moments that you needed stuff to go your way. So do you think it's a mentality issue then? Because if it's happened now back to back now, it's 2 years in a row.
No, I don't
last
think
season.
I don't think it's a mental.
Incorrect.
I don't
4 years in a row.
I don't
sorry,
think
4 years in a row.
I
No,
don't
I
think
forgot about this one.
I don't think it's
Don't forget
I don't
about
think it's
top four.
I don't think it's I don't think it's a mentality issue. So here's the thing. For me, at the end of the day, you are going to have to be perfect for 38 straight games, which is a big ask for anybody or anything that you do in life. If they had to ask you to be perfect for every single thing that you did at your job 365 days in a year, bruh, you know how tough that can be. So I do expect that they will fail at certain times. But I expect that at the time when they're failing, they should have racked up enough, knowing fully well how tight the league is. So the mentality is not that it's still not there, but it's not every day you can leave your mentality switched on. You get tired, you burn out, you get injured, you get injuries, your manager, whatever, things happen, So my thing is, at the end of the day, those tiny little fine margins that we needed to, shape over and get right, that we didn't get right, is why the league is being left till the last day of the league this year. It's still the last day of the league. That's going to, of course, everybody's already decided that Man City has won it before Sunday, which is great because we all know how they play. We know where they're going to. But my point is that it's going to only be decided on that last day. That's when they lift that trophy. They didn't lift it 4 games away. 4 weeks ago. They didn't lift it 5 weeks ago.
You did last year.
So so my point is,
bottom line is.
So my point is, from last year. Listen, from last year. Chaz, let me finish. From last year, where we bottled where we had an 8-point lead and they caught up, and then we lost by 5 points at the end of the season, which was, we already knew that they had won it. I think 2 games to go, we knew that City had already won the league. This year we've
last 2 years, bro.
Listen, this year we've gone
the last 2 years. This is for the Arsenal question, not smoking.
Arsenal has won 0.
No. I'm asking you. How many trophies has Man United won in the last 2 years?
One in the last 2 years.
Will, how many have you won?
0.
Chelsea, Ahmed, how much you won? 0, right?
0. In the last 2 years, 0.
Mo, how much have you won the last 2 years?
Mo's won. Inter.
Is anybody in 20 years' time going to listen to Diallo's waffle on a stream at midnight in the UK about why he didn't win the league and how many points?
Shut it. Somebody asked me a question. I'm answering his question. You're coming here with your nonsense agenda. Be quiet, my friend. Let me answer the man's question. Take several seats. Mute this guy.
I'm getting good at this,
How can somebody ask me a question and then I'm answering him? I say, you know, Diallo's
now they're
going to listen to Diallo. You get me, bro. My friend, take several seats and sit down at the back there. Let me finish asking the question. Let me finish the question.
Ask him a question.
You want a cup of toy? He's not here.
Let me ask him a question, yeah? So Arteta's let's say Arteta don't win this league title, yeah? And it's trophyless. Okay, that's 5 years, no? So what's the difference between him and Brendan Rodgers? Both have FA Cups.
What are you saying?
No, what's the difference? Your
question doesn't make any. Your question doesn't make any.
My question is, yeah.
Let me tell you what your question is, yeah. Your question doesn't make any sense, bro. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, what you said, yeah. What you said, That is not a question. Like I don't.
He's a Spanish Rodgers, then.
First and foremost, right? In the first 2 years, no, I'm not rattled. I don't care. This is me.
It's not his action for no reason. What do you mean?
This is me even to my kids. Like I mock everybody. I'm petty like that. I don't care. So let me just tell you this.
It's only Arsenal, man. No need to cry.
No, me. I don't care. Let me just tell you this. See, you want to come here and paint a narrative, right? And it's cool. That's banter agenda. If you want to paint your narrative. It doesn't bother me. But you have to be genuine about what you're saying, right? Brendan Rodgers, right? I don't know much about because rival teams, I don't really keep tabs on them like that. But Brendan Rodgers had a team and had been a coach for many years. The difference between Arteta and Brendan Rodgers is Arteta, this is his first job.
Arteta has a good hairline.
Hold on. This is his first job, number one, right? He's never been a manager of any club before Arsenal. This is number one thing you need to realize. Number two thing, he spent the first 2 seasons clearing out the club. This is his 4th season. He came December 2019, and the first 2 seasons, he cleared out the club, brought his players in, did what he needed to do. Last season, he wasn't even meant to be challenging. Last season, our goal was top 4 because we bottled top 4 the season before. That was the goal. But then the fact that we got to the point where we were able to challenge, we're like, okay, maybe now go for it, man. Go for it. This season, we're meant to challenge. I was challenging. It's still the last day we will know who's going to lift the trophy.
As well. Not a question.
We're challenging. What we've asked him to do, he has
on the stream, but I'm going to steal it from him and ask you the same question. Why is it when you measure other clubs like Chelsea this season, like United, like Spurs. Spurs have no trophies. They're rubbish. Chelsea is 6th. They're rubbish. Man United are rubbish. We're going through a process as well. When it comes to your club measuring your own success, you don't talk about trophies. Talk about progress. So why is it one rule for me and one rule for you?
Because let me tell you why. And this is why you have to understand this. The difference between your
Why
club
is it
and my club.
context for you, not
No,
me?
no. Listen. The difference between your club and
you
my club
asked
is
him.
this.
Let him answer. Just.
Let me answer you.
Let him answer.
Arsenal has been in the mud for 20 years when it comes to the Premiership. We've been in the mud for 20 years,
Just
right?
Premiership,
So we can't talk about oh, you have to win. You have to get out of that mud and build something to win. Chelsea, perennial winners over the last 10 years. You guys have been knocking trophies left, right, and center, right? So for you, you're like, all right, if you're talking about Chelsea, recently you won trophy, where's the next one? With Arsenal, it's like, okay, when are you going to start winning? When we start winning trophies, we can then begin to hammer Arsenal over the head with the trophy. All we can talk about right now, for me, all I can talk about my club is to say, listen, we've built well, we've bought well, and we now look like a team that can go on to win. And if we now don't win, then get me somebody else.
Hold on. Can I counter that with one question? Why is not the same speech last year?
Sorry? I don't understand your question. You say why didn't we
You said now we are.
Yeah, now we are
the team to go and win, right? Why
we look
that
like a team,
question doesn't apply when last season you actually had more days on the top than this season?
It doesn't apply. No, so last year the reason
I'm enlightened us.
I don't know.
I'm
saying for me, Diallo, for last season, I did not put Arsenal to challenge last season.
Okay, no. Okay,
that's number one.
Don't digress. Okay, hold on. No. But your start point is wrong. We all know that. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But sometimes expectation change. You should.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. You are not in the dressing room. You don't know what Arteta was telling his man. Arteta might have been, after 10 games last season, saying we are good enough to win the league. And I think the way you guys handled last season, you were going for the league. You weren't going for top 4.
Then let me answer the question. Let me answer the question.
Hold
now.
on.
You asked the question.
You cannot start by saying we were aiming for top 4.
I said according Mo, because you didn't hear what I said again. I said according to me, I'm not talking about what the club. I'm going to talk about what the club said. I said what I said was that Arsenal should set for top 4. When I saw how Arsenal was playing, and I'm sure the boys themselves were like, we have all it takes to go and win this league, right? And of course, the reason the speech, I will not say, we look like a team is because as of last year, there were pieces missing in our team. So for me, we didn't look like the team that could carry it on to the end. There were missing pieces. No, there were missing pieces. It was clear that we were 1, 2, or 3 injuries away from just collapsing.
Look at all this context he's given us.
No. You asked the question. You said, hold on. You said why?
You don't give the same context to me being as thick for you.
Let me reply.
Why not? I gave you context. I said you had injuries. You had injuries. I explained why Poch was playing in a different way. I said maybe that's why he was not able to perform.
That's unfair for me to say.
I kept the same energy with your club.
Yeah, you personally haven't.
So what are you saying?
Okay, cool. You personally haven't been the people who've been like not giving me context, give us context. But your Arsenal fan base as a whole, Emily can butt in if I'm wrong, by the way. It's always like, why are you mocking us? You're 6th. We're going through something. We're challenging. But it's like, we're not winning anything, just like me. So are we any different? Yeah,
you are very different. You are.
Mo. We are, but we're not. Because the argument is they're not winning anything, nor am I.
So Mo, that speech will not apply. That speech will not apply last season because, like I said, we look like a team that could break down. This season, the reason. Hold on. Let me just finish I was answering the question so I can finish and then I'll mute and you can continue. I'm not Radu. I was answering Mo's question. You didn't let me finish.
You wouldn't like it. You
didn't let me finish, Mo. You didn't let me finish my response.
Let him finish.
Let me finish off my response, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna give you logical facts.
He kind of was talking first.
I was talking first. Second, I was speaking, so let me finish. I was saying,
Close your eyes. You don't have to do this. What does this mean? What's this? I was speaking. What does that mean? Are you trying to see the future?
Glasses, I can't even see your eyes.
Are you trying to see the future? I was speaking.
Take off your glasses when you're gonna do it. Then I can't even see your eyes.
This is crazy. Man.
Anyway, it's harder to go from 2nd to 1st than it is from 6th to 3rd, for example. So my thing is, there's a more of a chance of me getting to your position than you getting to City's position. A, because City are elite and they've set the standard this high, and B, just as in normal life, it's harder for you to improve incrementally than it is to improve massively, right? So we are different, but we're the same. You're just step 2 of the process. We're step 5.
So wait, Diallo. Wait.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Mo,
What
don't try to kill me.
Ches said now is that he thinks, and I want to get this right, people,
Gosh, this
that
agenda.
the difference between Arsenal and Man City are bigger than the difference between Chelsea and Arsenal.
Incorrect.
Isn't that what you said?
No. I never said bigger. I said harder.
Okay, so to understand Chez's point, he's saying that we're the same because we easily can reach your level.
I never said that.
It's harder for you to reach City's level than us to reach your level. Isn't that what
No,
you
I
just
never
said?
said that. I never said that.
Oh my
Never said that.
God.
Do you want to clarify what I said? Today,
Please do.
I said it is the
More
smaller
difficult.
changes you need to make in order for Dale to win the league. Pep's still here, granted. If he's not here, I think it's a higher possibility Arsenal win it. I think they'll win it eventually anyway, by the way. Gender aside. I think they'll win it next year. Cool. But I think it is harder for them to go from second
to first, which is City.
Maybe to change a lot.
Man City.
Man, let me give you an example. A striker coming in might hinder them, might help them. We don't know. It's not a guarantee. So it's a risky change.
No caveats. Don't put caveats in it.
Yeah, cool.
It's harder for
it's
them
harder
to
for them
reach
to go from, let's say, second to Pip City than it is for us to go from 6th to
their level, which is
incompetent. No, let's say Liverpool's level. This next year, 20 points next season. Because how can Arsenal go from challenging the top 4 the year before to all of a sudden going where they are? That was fine, right? That happened in one season. They're now realizing going from being there to win the league is harder because now 2 seasons in a row, they haven't done it.
This is what you're saying. You're saying that it's easier for you to reach closer to them than them bridging the gap between them and City. That's what you say.
And it all depends on certain facets. For example, I have to nuance now. If they bring in Mbappe,
oh my God,
the conversation changes. They bring in hypothetical story.
That just tells me that you don't.
Arsenal bringing Mbappe.
That tells me that you don't know.
You know what? You man are nuanced. You man aren't listening. So here's what it is.
What he means,
you are trying to put you're trying to put it in a nicer way, right? But the reality, what you're saying is that it's very hard for them to bridge the gap. It's harder to bridge the gap between them and City. Pep City. Pep City. If Pep leaves tomorrow, the conversation changes. By the way,
there we go. Thank you.
Let's make that clear. That Pep
right, by the way,
is staying. Okay.
Thank you, Will. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's mathematically. It's just in everything.
Mathematically, you think Arsenal getting one more win this season? Will. You think Arsenal getting one more win, so adding some pieces to their team so they get 93 points next season is harder than Chelsea going from 60 points to 90 plus points next season?
No, that's not what he's saying, right?
That's what he's saying
is because you have to play against Manchester City next season as well. Right, so if Arsenal has step it up a game, you don't think Manchester City are also going to step up their game to match whatever level Arsenal are putting out?
Absolutely, 100%. You're right.
Yeah. So what he's saying is they're having to compete against the best Premier League side that we've seen in the last 10 years, right? And that gap, overcoming that hurdle, is more difficult than Chelsea getting, like, say, where Liverpool got this year.
5 more wins.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That gap, to overcome Pep City is a more difficult challenge because Pep is watching you week in and week out. He's seeing the points and the results that you're getting. He's making changes and buying players to match that and to counter that and to do whatever he has got to do. Is more difficult than, say, Chelsea challenging the way Liverpool challenged this year.
And then falling off and getting third, fourth.
Does anybody here think Arsenal next? Can I ask anyone in the panel other than Chez and Will?
Yeah.
Ahmad and Ahmad, do you guys think Arsenal will fall off next season?
Yes. Yeah. I think
I don't think they're gonna fall off. I think they're gonna maintain their level. The problem for me is I don't see a world where Arsenal's gonna win the league with Pep with Pep here, and also
You
more than
can't agree with
likely
me, see?
them spending. That's just what they.
Unless they sign
But,
like a
but you're,
world-class
but I'm
player.
sorry, that explanation doesn't make sense because Youngmin's son, 9 times out of 10, put that ball in the back of the net, and we'll be sitting here saying, so the difference between Man City and, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna say this,
If Arsenal had Heung-min Son, they
in
win the league
different
for sure.
circumstances, this game doesn't get rescheduled, and it means a lot to Spurs, and Youngmin's son puts the ball in the back of the net. Has anybody thought about it this way?
No, we can't do that hypothetical, bro.
But that's the point, though. The
But I'm
margins
not
are
giving
very.
hypotheticals, though.
No, but I'm telling you. But that's my point. The margins are too small that any small event can actually have a massive impact on the title race.
So you're
But if
proving my
Chelsea,
point.
but let me continue. But Chelsea, right, having 5 game swing, you would not have got Arsenal. Does that make sense to you? Do you see where I'm coming from? A small margin might have swung the league title in favor of Arsenal. 5 games more winning for Man United, Chelsea would not have made you reach Arsenal's level. That is what I'm talking about.
No, but again, I don't know if you heard me incorrectly, but I never said to Arsenal's level. I said to Liverpool's level, which is basically you're there for a certain period of time and you drop off, whether it be third, fourth. But anyway, my point is proven by facts of life. Arsenal went from 5th, 4th to 2nd, then this season they maintained 2nd. And they've even improved.
It's more likely for them to continue or
it's more likely for them to drop. It's more likely
to drop. You're saying
it's more likely. No, I don't think they'll drop. I just said they'll win the league next season, in my opinion. I think
you won't win it next season.
I said I think they will. I think they eventually will do it.
Okay. Here we go. So you think Arsenal will win the league next season?
I've already accepted the inevitability that their team will improve because they've shown that Declan Rice and stuff like that they can.
Don't give them prop, man. Don't give them prop. Come on.
I just think it's more likely.
Can you once in your life be objective? Once in your life.
At
least Will comes with stats and stuff. What do you come with? Aesthetics.
Mo. You cannot never find objectivity in a stadium that has a waterfall.
At least, with all the delusion that people
when your stadium is a
never put a statement out without an explanation. If you disagree with the explanation, that's different. You just put out a statement, bro.
Listen, let me land you. Listen, the fingers of Arsenal.
They're going to land. You have to splash. Your stadium is a pool. You don't land. You splash. You dive and splash. Cannonball. There's no landing for you. They asked you a very objective question.
I want you to explain to us, Yahi, why would you think Arsenal will fall off?
Shall I say why? I will say why. They've not experienced one thing, by the way, Arsenal, is that injuries to their big players. Saka's not been injured like that. Rice hasn't been injured like that.
Their defense.
Other
guys defenders got injured this year.
They haven't suffered the big injuries. And if you look at their bench here, let's say Saka gets injured, Reece Nelson, who's that? Reece Nelson's not. He's not on the same level as Thingy. Declan Rice, if he gets subbed off, who's coming in for him? Saliba, who's coming in for him? Yeah, you guys don't have. You've not faced like big injuries like that, so that's why I'm saying they'll drop off. That's the only reason. Not because they're not a good team.
You are based on injury. So what if they have cover? What if they get another defender?
Okay, so let me. Ahmed,
to be fair, what he's saying is not wrong though.
No, I'm not saying. Chess, hear me out. Unless you have seen the future, right, or you know that there's going to be injuries, right? Because all you're saying right now is they've not faced injuries. Okay, hold on. The person who was supposed to be leading our attack literally was out for the first 2-3 months of the season. Gabriel Jesus.
That's a bum, man.
Hold on. I don't care whether you think it's a bum. I'm saying the person was meant to lead my attack.
I know.
No, listen. What I'm saying is the person was meant to lead my attack, regardless of how you rate him. I don't care how you rate him. I don't care what you think about him. I don't care what your opinion of him is. How my team was set up and what we were set up to do and who was meant to play there was not there for me. Number one. Number two, right? We had injuries to our left back. Our left back area, we kept on chopping and changing. Jacob Kiwior is a center left. He's not a left back. We had to make do with him there. So, for example, when you start talking about that, when was
Zinchenko injured?
You've not had major injuries to your big players, though.
No, I'm not. Listen, Thomas Partey was out the whole season. The
Come
entire
party's
season.
out the whole season, every season. You
Thomas
don't give
no,
him-
last
it's
season.
Reece
Last season.
James.
No.
Yeah,
Listen,
but you
listen.
have generational.
Listen. Thomas Partey was injured the whole season, right? So I can list players that are key to this team, and you can see how when those players actually came back into the team played better. I'm not saying our injury level is the same with other teams. I'm not comparing. But to sit there and then try to just pick out certain players. Zini was injured for a while. That's why we brought in
But
Kiwior.
he's not a big player, though.
That's not the point. It's not about who's better. I'm saying for my team, listen, you have to stay in the pocket of the conversation and stop jumping out, because I know your stadium is a pool. I know your stadium is a pool and you like to jump in and out of the water. We are talking about the team and injuries. We're not talking about the quality of the players. We're not talking about how good they are or not. We are talking about the team and injuries. Let's stay in the pocket of the conversation. It's hard to have a conversation with a Man U fan that looks like a Wish.com Maroon Fellaini. Take it easy. Don't let me enter you. Don't let me enter you.
Listen, Fellaini's better than Rice.
The pocket of the conversation is injuries, right? We've had a bunch of injuries in certain key places that will affect Arsenal as a team because of the way we play. Don't get me wrong. In the way we play. It may not affect. It may not affect the team like Man City, because they have players that can take the game by the scruff of the collar and go do something like Foden and the likes of them. It may not affect Chelsea as much, even though they also had a lot of injuries. Maybe because there are certain players that, if like Palmer can pick up the ball and make magic happen. What I'm saying is, I'm saying that we in the positions that we had injuries made us play a certain way in the first half of the season.
I need to do this. Okay, I need to do the super chats, all of them together. Thank you so much, everybody, for sending super chats. Now it's super chats time. Where is the trophy from those two finals, Shez?
Arsenal have 0 trophies, just like
Okay, no.
But that's not the answer. The question.
Your logic, hold on. Your logic say, but you haven't won anything. Reaching a final doesn't mean anything unless you win it. That's your logic. So because you said challenging doesn't mean anything because you haven't won anything.
Answer the question. You know my answer then. Doesn't mean anything.
Okay. So here you go. So there is no trophies.
I went to the finals. I was upset.
Bruno here is saying, remember, LG, who's LG? And his fanboys,
Lee Gunner
and his fanboy Standard FC would talk Carlo, Jose, Flick, Tuchel to come in and win the Carabao Cup and come 16th. They would accept it. Look, I don't think anybody would accept that. That's absolutely Bruno. Absolutely wrong.
I don't think Arsenal's fans are going to be accepted 16th. Like, let's be real, man.
Bro, that's not happening. Right. Mookie is saying, bunch of politicians. Imagine these people saving the world. Love it. If I have this panel talking about America's future, I think America will be much better. 100%. 100%. If these guys like handle America or the UK better than the guys that run the countries, both of them.
This stream has been very crazy. I can't lie to you.
It's crazy, but the way we talk, the politics though. Diallo and his Arsenal mates have been arrogant all year. Oh my God. And come up short again. Rinse and repeat from last year. You deserve all the smoke. Hold that.
Pacman, you're always here every time I'm on the stream, and all your comments in the comment section. I see it all the time. You just come out here and start cursing and abusing me. I just ignore you because I know you have to do a super chat. That was the only way that I was going to give you any audience. And now that you have done it, let me answer you. I'll be arrogant again next season. You hear me? Come next season, I'll be arrogant again. And you will come back and do a $50, £50 super chat to come and repeat yourself again. Then I'll be arrogant again the season after that. You hear me? Then you come and do a £500 super chat.
At least there's
because your mouth.
I hope so.
You hold that. I'll be arrogant. It is my team and I support them.
Shaikh Auto is saying, question to the panel. If Arsenal don't win any title next season and they sack Arteta, which coach will you prefer Arsenal to get?
That's not my job.
They should bring.
Do you not think this question should actually be given this season? I feel like this question should be given this season though. For me, I don't know about you personally.
And I'll tell you why. Listen, let me tell you why. I'll tell you my reasoning. My reasoning is, if I'm going to get rid of Arteta right now and bring in another manager, it has to be a manager that can win. It has to be somebody at the top, and there's none of them available. And even if they're available, listen, and even if they're available, the clubs that they're at, Madrid will outpay you for their coach. You know, like who do you want to get? So you might as well. And number two is, it's not like Arteta is regressing. I know he hasn't won a trophy. There's a difference between having a manager that is regressing your team like Ten Hag, for example, who came and shadowed you guys with Carabao Cup, and then what did he do this following season? Turned you into mud and dust and water.
What if you were next season? Yeah, Dale,
so here's my thing. If Arteta, let me finish.
85 points.
Let me finish. If Arteta doesn't win anything next season, Arteta should be fired. That's all I'm saying. But because right
no
now,
matter what the circumstances are, so Champions League final.
If he doesn't win a trophy,
final, 97 points, but you still lose the title by 1 point. You think he should
go? He should go. At that point, I'm sure in that market at that time. No, because next season there'll be other managers available that we can bring in. This season, I don't really see which manager are you going to bring in? Let's be honest about it right now.
I think Tuchel,
man. You can get Tuchel, bro.
Let me say this to you again. I'm going to say this again. Thomas Tuchel is a knockout tournament manager. I respect him for that. Listen. I respect him for that, but that's not what I want. I want consistency in winning the Premiership. I want to win the Premiership 2, 3, 4, 5 years back to back. So if I can't get a manager that can come in and start making that happen, then I don't. Then like right now, I have a manager who's not regressing. Right? I want to win trophies, but he hasn't won me one. But he's not regressing. It's not like my team is not falling short from where it was to become like Chelsea, 12th place halfway through the season, or like Man U, who had an opportunity to make top 4, but decided that they're going to play Russian roulette with their lives and flood their stadium. And now look at them begging to enter into Europe somehow, some way, by hook or training, or the people that thought they had won the league as of October last year, running a parade around the whole place, saying yes, we won the first 10 games. We're not regressing. So I'm not firing Arteta. Arteta gets one more season. If he doesn't win something, then I fire him.
You know what it is, Dio? Yeah, I think for me, the worry of Arteta is they don't want to end in a Poch scenario under Tottenham, where it's just consistent. Where yes, he's getting you to that top place, and then he may maintain you there for a year or two, but then you miss that moment where that manager change should really happen, if that makes sense.
I hear you, but what you also have to realize is, you need to look at the club. Chelsea before Abramovich left, right? Abramovich was making hear me out. Abramovich spent I'm talking about
listen, bro.
Listen. Please, Chess. I'm saying like the way Chelsea was set up before these jokers came in, right? Before the jokers came in, Chelsea was set up as a club that Abramovich wanted to win. There was a mentality in that club. There was a way they ran things. It was like, if this guy is not winning, get me the next best guy and get me all the best players, throw them in there, and let's just go win. Great club culture. Great. That's their own culture. That was the way they wanted to go. Arsenal didn't have a culture. Our culture was out the window for years. We didn't even know. Towards the last days of Wenger, you could not really say what was going on at the club. During the time of Unai Emery, what was Arsenal's culture? What Arteta has done is, first he's come in, rebuilt the culture of the club. All right, good. Rebuild the backroom staff, bring in the right players, put us in the position to be able to challenge. Now, if he doesn't win something next year, right, then we can bring somebody else who knows how to win and fit them into a system that is well set up. Like, the system is now well set up. The club is now well run. Wrong. No, I know the club is well run now. So I think
why it's wrong, because
for you,
the argument can be done this last year. Is it about progress or is it about winning?
It's about winning, but what I just said,
it's fine. We see what's there now.
But what did I just say?
That's why I disagree with Dio. I'm gonna tell you the difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference, Dio. Martin was here this morning. Martin, Arsenal fan. And he has this opinion with Shaikh. Thank you, Shaikh, for this. And I'm gonna do Mookie's and Zir Talk's opinion. I will not fire Arteta. I will give him 8 years like Chelsea players. He ain't going nowhere. Come on, you Gunners, big up Dio. Thank you, Shaikh Otto, for this. Appreciate the super chat and the support. Martin this morning was saying this. I am enjoying the journey. It's about progress. Once he regresses, I will ask to sack him, right? The thing about it is that if you say it's about the win, Dio, people will take that against you for this season. But if you say about the progress, you can say, well, next season he has to progress. And it's about Pep. And it's about that. But you put it down to winning. Well, I will say to you, so why can't I take that against you this season then? Why
because
next season?
because
But there's no reason for it.
because I already answered that question more.
He has 200 million spent on one summer. Tayo.
Every time I answer that question, you're looking down on your phone. Listen, open your ear.
I am
twist your headphone. Tap it and listen. I
I'm
answered that question.
I'm timing you.
Hold on.
Yeah?
I answered that question and I
you.
said the reason I'm not firing Arteta this season, the reason I would not fire him this season is because the coaches I would like to bring in, the managers I would like to bring in, I said that already, are not available. The managers I think can come in and win, the ones I would prefer, are not available. And because he's not regressing, which means that his progress is steadily going up, I am going to keep him. Cheers. Close your.
No, I'm not hearing
Oh, he's lagging, man. He's lagging. He broke it, bro. He broke it. What's going on? He broke it, man.
Let me ask him a question.
It
if you base it on, I agree and I disagree because
can I do these two super chats? They're not related.
Go for it.
Zero talk aside. Chelsea, biggest club in London, MBS, FC, and UEFA Europa League.
Come on, man.
In the last 10
big
years.
up Ahmed.
Yes,
And Mookie's saying, shout out.
He was saying,
20
"Are we
years.
going to get Europa League?"
Yeah, you're gonna get Europa League for sure.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna win the last game. Shout out to history teacher outfit, Twilight background vibes, eyes too open, ready to become vampire. If someone says something bad, love it.
You're violating.
Oh my
bro.
god, you got violated here to be
That
honest.
DP looks like a vampire more than me, bro. Look at the DP,
So
fam.
I want to ask him a question, right? Because if it's not about winning, what's the difference between the last 5-6 years of Wenger and Arteta?
I just said it's about winning, though. But I said, here's the thing: if I need to change Arteta, I'll say it again. The coach, the managers I would like to bring in are not available right now, and because Arteta is not regressing, if he was regressing, I'm firing him and getting somebody else immediately. I'll get whoever is available as an interim to hold on till I'm able to get the manager that I really want. But because he's not regressing, it'll be stupid of me to break a system that is slowly progressing. Right? It'll be insane.
Was Wenger not slowly progressing in his last 3 seasons?
Wenger was not. Wenger's
Fourth,
like,
third.
Listen,
Wenger's
Wenger's last years.
You know he was dusty.
No,
Come
let's
on.
be honest. Wenger's last years was
He was
dusty.
Yeah.
Even making top 4 was a difficult thing for him. Let's not do that. Let's not try and rewrite history.
Why is it
here.
a difficult thing?
Let's not rewrite history.
Third,
Like I said,
sacked.
the managers
What are
that
you
I would
talking
like,
about?
for example, if I needed to get rid of Arteta today, the manager I would like to bring in is not coming to England, Zidane. That's who I would like to bring in. But I know he's not going to come. So let's leave it. Maybe he might change his mind next year. But because my man is not regressing and he's actually progressing, I will still keep him there. He's challenging. He's pushed the Man City till the last day for them to lift the trophy on the last day, right? And still, that's not good enough for some people. At the end of the day, it's for me. It's not about. Look, I have the. You can put up whatever you want. I have the third. I have the third most trophies. Listen to this: the third most trophies in English history, right? And with that,
taking the mic, bro.
Ahmed, can you be professional a little bit, Ahmed?
He's on his neck today.
I'm about to sit down, bro. That's it.
Look at this one. I have the third most trophies in English history here. Even the Chelsea, with all the wins that they've had, haven't caught up to me yet. I have the third most. You have
Why he was doing us, bro?
Yeah,
all
of you are getting. Everybody's catching strays.
Get my club's name out your mouth.
Since
Yeah?
Ahmad,
He's giving me a long summer for you there. I ain't going nowhere.
Cheers,
Yeah?
close your eyes.
I'm not going nowhere.
Just let me know when you get
close
UCL,
your
man.
eyes.
Let me know when you get Europa League and UCL. That's all I have to say, bro.
Hey, look at
all
my
I'm
eyes. I
saying
ain't
is,
going nowhere.
listen, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if someone is progressing right, of course I want you to win. That's the goal. It's about winning. I need you to win. That's all. I mean, that's the goal. You're in this to win it. If I'm going to change you, I have to make sure that I get somebody who is going to actually win. And if they're not available and you are not, if he was regressing, I'll get an interim coach.
Hansi Flick's available. Hansi Flick's available.
If I don't rate Hansi Flick like that.
You want a quadruple with Bayern Munich.
I don't rate him like that. I said Zidane. That's who I want.
I would encourage people to watch the German documentary on Amazon.
I'm just listen. I've watched Hansi Flick. All I'm saying is I don't rate him. I'm not saying he's not a good manager. Diallo. Listen, he might be the second best thing to fried rice. Yeah. But I personally just don't rate him. Like
Ancelotti will not succeed in the Premier League. By the way, one of the things is that Ancelotti isn't.
That's wrong.
He might. By the way, just to let you guys know, Ancelotti isn't a great league manager. Even his time in Italy, he had a great Milan team and a great. He's not great in the leagues. It's just history says that. It's not me. But anyway, on that note, this has been your first episode of Rivals Rumble, and I hope that you got entertained. I thought that was a fantastic show, to be honest. We're gonna try to make this regular. We'll see who's in, who's out. But thank you for everybody who supported the channel and sent the super chat. Really appreciate you guys, each and every one. We are still, for some reason, have over 600 people here, and we aren't even, if I'm not mistaken, on 300 likes. You can hit the likes before we go, and I really appreciate everyone. Thank you, Will, Diallo, Ahmed, and Ahmed from Man United, and Shez. The channels are in the description, people, each and every one of them. Shez, Banter on the Pitch, AA United, and Casual EFC. This has been a great show, and it has been absolutely amazing, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Tomorrow morning is LB and Husam, and we'll talk also Arsenal and the underachievement, that, and we'll see you guys soon. Oh, Football Capo, Arteta, what? Arteta handcuffed for finals, no trophy, is progress next year. We'll see how it is. And thank you, Football Couple. And
toxic Arsenal fans. Here they are. Look at them. Look at his head.
He's not.
Look at his bald head. If I catch you, Couple, I'm coming to. In fact, I'm coming to your city soon. I'm coming to.
We're out, guys. We're out.